Hello.
Hello, good evening, everybody. The two of you that have showed up sort of on time. We're a little late. How's everyone doing tonight? It is our Saturday night talk.
Live stream.
It's gonna be mostly about movies, and we'll talk some toys and Cycle Man 90. What's going on, man?
I can't see the chat. Oh, here we go.
It's slow.
What's up, everyone?
Ghost Tab?
It is, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. What's up, Ghost Tab?
Good evening,
what
gentlemen.
What is going on? My volume sound okay? Volume sounds okay? Yep. Everything sounds good? You can hear me? All right, perfect. How's everybody doing tonight? CM Brock, what's up? How you doing? We got the usuals in here.
Yep. Let us know right now how your week has been, and then how your Saturday's been. You guys, any pickups? Anything that you guys saw this weekend, movie-wise, or any concerts?
What's your targets look like?
Yeah, what your targets look like?
What the hell's your targets look like? Because they don't look like crap in my end.
Yeah, they don't look good in mine.
Well, I mean, they are stocked, but there's just nothing new. That's the problem.
True. Very, very true.
Getting you to spend money for TMNT. On TMNT?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, this is why I'm happy that I'm not doing the NECA TMNT stuff, man. All that holothon stuff, all that everything NECA now is TMNT. Has there been anything announced new that's not TMNT for holothon?
Saw Ultimate, and there's a gargoyle. Can't remember what it is though. Let's see if I can pull it up.
G.I. Joe Influx. Another G.I. Joe Influx is among us. Hey guys, check your clearances because there is stuff that's on clearance that's not listed as clearance. So check your clearances. X-Men 97 announced for holothon. Is that true? That's NECA though. Yeah, and holothons isn't holothon usually just NECA?
Yeah, it's usually just NECA.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. So, Carlos, do you want to break down the topics today that we got?
Yeah. So kind of so topic-wise tonight, we're going to kind of go through a short amount of toy news, and then most of the news tonight is going to be X-Men 97, the firing of the creator, or I guess the showrunner. The Crow trailer dropped, and
yes, it did.
Cavill is going to be in Deadpool and Wolverine. So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about DC Studios greenlighting the Teen Titans movie, live action movie, and yeah, that'll be the topics for tonight.
And we'll start this off right now. The Korn 30th anniversary concert is sold out. It is sold out. I don't know if I ever mentioned on here. Did I ever mention that I'm actually going to the concert? I don't think I ever did.
I don't think you have here, but
yeah, yeah. I got floor tickets to see Korn with my sister on October 5th, 2 days after my birthday. So I am pretty freaking excited. I hope they have some cool merch there because I do want to buy some merch. So I will be at the 30th anniversary of Korn's concert, not tour. It's just it's a one-day event. So yeah, if you see you there, I think we should also.
Yeah, if you're going, go say hi to him.
I think we should also drop no shill before we get started too. What do you think? Or you want to wait till the end?
Yeah. No, let's do it now.
Yeah.
Let me get out of my screen.
Yeah. As
All
you
right.
guys know,
So before we get into
yeah, Carlos and I, we've announced it already. We are doing a joint podcast. Is that the right word? Joint podcast. We're starting a separate channel.
basically.
No Shill Podcast. I don't know if the link's below, but if you just type in No Shill Podcast, you can subscribe to our channel. We are going to be going live, hopefully weekly. We'll definitely do a live weekly. We're going to try to get some guests on the show. We kind of have one person hopefully lined up who's going to be big if you're in the horror community. So we have we're going to be doing live streams, and we'll start announcing more stuff when we do our first video on there. But there's going to be a lot of content on there. It's not necessarily going to be toys, but it's going to be movies, music. What else, Carlos? Guests.
Guests. I don't know. We'll probably talk a little bit about toys, but mostly about movies. We're gonna try to do every other week. We're gonna try to do a movie review, and then have you guys. We're gonna pick out a movie for you guys to check out and watch, and then that way we can have a conversation with you in the chat about that movie. We'll probably do some giveaways down the road. We're also going to be at the SoCal Gaming Expo June 8th and 9th.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
So if you want,
I forgot about that.
So if you guys got to go to that, get tickets to that as well. I didn't link that. Unfortunately, I forgot. And we're going to try to get some special edition stickers to hand out if you guys see us.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah. I'll be at WonderCon if anyone's going.
It will be at WonderCon.
But yeah, we're going to do a podcast together, guys. So when you get a chance, No Shill Podcast, SHILL, right? SHILL podcast. Go over, try to get us to 100 subscribers. We're going to launch it sometime in mid-April. That's the goal. So stay tuned for that. And we'll talk about, should we talk about how we got the name, or should we wait?
No, let's do it.
Yeah.
So I think it's good that we're getting this kind of out of the way. Also, before you say that, we're at 48 subs. We need to get to at least 50. So we need 2 more. And then if we can get to 100, we're going to interview Robert the Scalper.
Oh yeah, that's right. We didn't even announce that. Yeah. Robert the Scalper.
He'll be our first guest.
Yeah. He's the first guest for the thanks, Cycle Man. Yeah, Robert the Scalper is the first guest. So I totally forgot about that. But yeah, this show's not going to be filtered either. We still have to watch what we say because we don't want to get demonetized. But Carlos and I were trying to come up with names. Like and I didn't even, honestly, like the name No Shill just came out because I thought it was, we're Carlos and I both aren't fakes. We don't pretend to like something because a company sends us stuff. So I figured, let's do something that has to do with shilling, since shilling is a thing. And we said no shill, no chill, no shill. So that's how we got the name. So no fakeness over here. Okay. Nope. Maybe we won't get McFarlane sending us stuff, even though we're fans of McFarlane, but it is what it is. This is the No Shill podcast. So there's no fakes.
Yeah.
It's going to be all legit stuff.
Yep.
That's basically it. Yeah.
We'll have so him and I are working on some merch ideas. So when that goes live, we'll post that on our social medias. And then we have an Instagram for No Shill. What else? I'm trying to think. We were going to have a TikTok, but we're going to wait on that because of whatever's going on with that being possibly banned in the United States. So right now, YouTube, Instagram, just follow, subscribe. Yeah. And then we'll have more stuff as the weeks and months come along. But for sure, June 8th and 9th, because it's my birthday weekend. SoCal Gaming Expo. Get your tickets. Come find us. Get some limited edition stickers, and just say hi to us, and we'll do whatever we're gonna do. We're gonna do some fun shit. So I just whatever.
We're still gonna continue our regular channels too.
Yep.
So that's not going anywhere. We're just starting a new channel together. So just to let you guys know. All right. Should we begin, Carlos?
Let's go for it.
Should we talk about the topics for today? For the week?
Yeah.
Because we didn't go live last week, right?
No, I'm trying to remember what happened last week. You had something going on, I think.
I was at LA Comic Con.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't at LA Comic Con. I was at Collector Con.
Collector
Con, yeah, which turned out just to be a convention on cards, just Pokemon cards, anime cards, which I know nothing about. Well, what's this right here? I would also like to be a guest on your guest show, Nima. Dancer would love to share you guys my dance videos. Send us a video, a DM. We can have guests on here, guys. We can have what's up, Doc?
Yeah, that was the other thing that we talked about is having some of you guys on like an open mic type thing.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff planned. We have a lot. We don't want to give anything a lot away though either, because we don't want people stealing our ideas. Yeah. Okay, let's let you know what we have a lot to talk about. I mean, other than what you mentioned, I mean, we still got to talk about the podcast with Zack Snyder. We can run by that a little bit as well with Joe Rogan. But what do you want to start off first?
I don't know. Let's just get into that. Let's talk about that podcast.
How many of you guys watched the Joe Rogan podcast with Zack Snyder on there? Because there's a lot of, I heard I forgot what comic book writer attacked Zack Snyder for his comment he made about Batman killing. He got some backlash on this. He did get some backlash. I thought it was a pretty good interview. I thought him and Joe Rogan actually have a lot in common. I just wish Joe Rogan, we talked about this with Carlos. I just wish Joe Rogan would have asked more about his movies and get him more into the Snyder Cut and BVS, Henry Cavill. He just mainly talked about 300 and Watchmen, which seems like that's the only movie that Joe Rogan watched. So, but it was a good interview.
It seemed like
checking out.
Yeah, it was a good interview. It seemed like that was the only two movies that Joe Rogan ever watched. Every time Zack Snyder would bring up Justice League or Man of Steel, it went straight back to 300.
Yeah, he kind of just like brushed by it. He didn't really say anything at all. So yeah, I agree, Cycle Man. You know what? I wanted to hear more about Dawn of the Dead as well. That's another thing. He did talk about it, but I don't think Joe Rogan knew anything about it. So that was still a good interview. Speaking of, there is an anniversary for Dawn of the Dead, George Romero's film, that's going to be going in select theaters for, I think, one day only, or I think it's one day only. So I'm hoping to attend that because I want to see the Dawn of the Dead. Dawn of the Dead. Yeah, Dawn of the Dead. I want to see that in theaters. So that is happening. Yeah. So if you haven't checked it out, check it out. I thought it was a pretty decent interview. I thought it was enjoyable. Just wish they would have talked more about movies.
Yeah, I wish they would have talked more about Man of Steel, Dawn of the Dead, and
Justice League,
Sucker Punch.
He
talked about a little bit. Yeah,
he mentioned them. It just didn't seem like Rogan had any interest in it.
Let's see. Jake Paul or Tyson?
Tyson.
All
the way. It's probably going to be rigged, though. I think it's going to be rigged.
Probably.
Yeah, I think that's going to be rigged. I don't think it's going to be it's not going to be taken serious. Hasn't he been on his podcast? I mean, I think they're definitely friends with Logan Paul. So.
Oh, for sure. I think both of them have been on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Really?
I
Jake
think
Paul
they
was on
both
there?
have, yeah. I
No, I
think
don't think
so.
Jake.
I might be wrong.
I don't think so. Sucker Punch, also
Oh,
known as Zack Snyder's version of the movie Barbie. I still need to watch that. Speaking of,
it's
Cillian Murphy
yeah.
got an Oscar. Finally, Christopher Nolan got an Oscar.
And Robert Downey Jr.
And Robert Downey Jr. and Al Pacino messed up the movie of the year, which is pretty
Yes,
funny. But I did enjoy the highlights for the Oscars. I thought the way they did it this year was pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's all about
because we were talking
money.
about it afterward, or not afterwards. I think the following day, and that was probably the most enjoyable Oscars I've seen in a long time.
Yeah. Yep. It was. Oh, I didn't see the whole thing, but I just like how when they introduced somebody, there was previous winners beforehand.
Yeah, because
Pacino looked like he did not rehearse.
usually it's always the like best supporting actor, or the actor, actress that present the award to the new one, because that's like their tradition.
Oh,
So they still
is that
did that.
true?
Yeah, they still did that, but then they had others, which I thought was awesome.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's it for Zack Snyder. And you have anything else before we go on? What's like the one of the main topics? The first like official.
X-Men 97.
Ooh. How many
I
of you
mean, we
guys
can
are
talk
on to
about
this?
the cartoon, and we can, in
Yeah.
general, which is Wednesday or Tuesday night, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And
Well,
then
first off, it's getting rave reviews for X-Men 97, which I'm super hyped about. You
I'll
know,
look that up.
I mean, we don't know if these guys are just paid to say it's really good, but there is 2 clips. Is there 2 clips or 3 clips? I think there's 2 clips of X-Men 97 out, and it looks freaking amazing. There is a trailer that gives every main X-Men, you can hear their voice. And the Gambit one is the one I was really worried about, and it sounds like the 90s original Gambit voice. So I'm pretty hyped for this. Again, I don't know, I think there's 2 clips. If not, it's like a trailer, but for sure there's one official clip with the rise of the Sentinels, and that is freaking awesome. How many of you guys caught that? It looks so freaking good, and the animation looks great. And then me and Carlos were talking about this the other day, if they were going to bring Trask and who was the other guy? Trask and Guy. I forgot his name. Geiger.
Oh,
Trask and
that sounds familiar.
Trask and oh my god, I just forgot. I totally went blank on his name. Trask and I forgot his name, but turns out that Bolivar Trask, I think that's his
Yeah.
name. He's in the show because they showed him in the new latest trailer, and they were talking about how he still doesn't want mutants around, and I guess he rebuilt Master Mold, which is freaking sick. So that is awesome. That is awesome.
And Mr. Sinister's in this, but they haven't really like showed anything saying that he is, or showing. Yes, saying that
No,
haven't
they
showed
haven't shown
anything
anything.
showing that he's in it.
But
he's supposed to be in it.
I did see Nightcrawler in one of the little trailers. So that was my first time seeing him. If you see him and Gambit like teaming up. And I don't know, hey Carlos, I don't know how deep you're looking into the animated stuff, but did you see the callback to where they're dressed in basketball attire, and it's actually the
To the
same
comic.
basketball attire from the freaking and the 90s cartoon.
Yeah, the Jim Lee one. Yeah. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that's pretty freaking awesome. Let's see. Ghost Have says Wolverine sounds a lot better in the other videos. Saw a clip of Gambit taking his shirt off for no reason. Hey, man, that's Gambit. He's a ladies' man. He had his shirt off in the 90s one, too. He had his shirt off when they were playing basketball, him, Jubilee, and Wolverine when they went to go help the Warlocks. So, But I am beyond hype for this. I'm beyond hype for this. Carlos knows some of the X-Men animated stuff that I've been picking up recently. You guys will see it in the video tomorrow. But I am hyped. I am very, very hyped. Carlos, your thoughts on all the stuff that they've been showing?
I'm hyped. I've been trying to not watch anything because I want to go in and just be like floored how good it is. So, but from the reactions from like Christian Harloff, I'm trying to think, Coy, and a couple other guys that I watch, and you and I watch, probably some of you guys in the chat. They literally started off this new season at the very end of what was it, season 5, right?
I think it was season 5.
Yeah, so that ends, and then they pick up right there, and I was like, dude, that's so awesome.
That's what I was telling you was most likely going to happen, that they were going to pick off right in the last episode, and they're doing it right, man. But will it continue to be good because of the firing of somebody that just got announced, and I don't remember his name.
Bill DeMaio, that's his the showrunner.
So we got news that he got fired because they didn't give us a reason why. Supposedly it had to do with OnlyFans, but I don't know if you read this, but I read some more stuff into this. I think it was earlier today, or late last night. Did you read about this?
Like, I don't know, maybe like 10 minutes before we went on, it came up on Everything Always that they were saying that he was very difficult to work with, and that's why it was.
Yeah,
they mutually split. That's a nice way of saying he got fired.
So, I mean, we don't know if that's true or not. We have no idea if that's true. We probably will never know the truth. But if that's the case, and this animated series, because I guess he worked on season 2 already. If it's if the season 1's as good as people say it is, that kind of gives me a little worried for the future now of X-Men. So, but either way, I don't know. I thought it was because of his OnlyFans, because it couldn't have been a firing because it was gay, because Disney's not like that. Disney's pro, gay. So it's like, I don't think it would have been the OnlyFans because he didn't have any nudity in it, right? Or did he have nudity?
No, it was
just
not.
him
And
shirtless.
they knew. Yeah, they already knew that he had already had it out, or he had his OnlyFans prior to even getting that job.
Yeah,
so it was already a thing.
And I'm sure that had nothing to do with it. But I guess now it's his attitude behind the scenes. So I don't know, man. What do you guys think? What do you guys think in the chat? Are you worried?
I'm not worried. I think that the difficult part's probably true.
Yeah, OnlyFans is whack.
Hey, anyone binge watch the old show leading up to this new one? I've been binge watching it like crazy, so I'm only in season 2, so I guess I need to catch up.
I haven't, and like Carlo knows, my memory for the animated series is pretty spot on.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I watched the series so many times as a kid, even in my teenage years, even in my early 20s, that I remember a lot of the episodes and remember a lot of the quotes from the animated series. If anything, I don't remember the last season a whole lot, which I'm probably going to end up watching maybe 2 days before, just to refresh from the last season, because I remember everything else. I just don't remember the last season a whole lot, just some episodes. So, and then Morph. I want to see Morph. I want to know why he's wearing a white mask.
Ghost Test says Shoner got a lot of enemies from talking shit on Netflix, The Witcher. Interesting. So I think the being difficult part probably is true then, if that's the case.
If that is true, then hey, then it is what it is, right? It's not fun to work with someone who's difficult. So
yeah.
It says Netflix exec used to work with Disney. They probably got him canned after working on X-Men.
I don't know. I mean, look at Edward Norton. He got canned because he was difficult, and then Mark Ruffalo took over.
Is that the reason why he got fired from Hulk? I don't know, man. He played
was
it
super difficult, and he was trying to rewrite the script as they were like filming, I guess.
Dude, I like
And
that Hulk
like,
movie.
what are you doing?
I
So
like
do
that
I.
Hulk movie.
It's pretty good. It's better than the Eric Bana one.
I still think he played a better Bruce Banner than Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, he reminded me of Gillespie more.
Sorry. Highlight the Tally 78. Oh God.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Cool Duder will be directing duties for season 2. That is funny. Sometimes people let their egos get yes, and you know what? I have dealt with that a lot, whether it's in the toy community or in the medical field. A lot of people let their egos get to them. I'm still not a Ruffalo fan either for the Hulk. What's up, Ep Guns? I think that's it. Ep G. Sorry, I'm late for watching Endgame.
That's funny. I was watching Infinity War earlier.
I was editing my video for tomorrow.
There you go, Henry Peter Gyrich and Bolivar Trask.
Yes, I'm so happy to see those guys. We don't know if one of them's back, but Bolivar Trask is back. I don't know about Gyrich, so we'll see, man. Last time we saw them was when the Sentinels, when Master Mold got, what was it? The final decision, I believe, was the last episode we saw Trask and Gyrich, if I remember correctly, for sure season 1. And then they came back way later when Morph appeared in an episode and the Master Mold head was there, and with the spider arms and robotic legs, I guess you can say. And yeah, so we'll see. I'm excited for them to come back. Yeah, well, look what Ghost Tab said. This is what I worry about too, or not worry about, but yeah. We don't know.
Always take the difficult to work with grain of salt. It's an easy way to make the person look bad. First thing The Witcher did was saying Henry Cavill was difficult to work with. You know what? That's not besides The Witcher. There's been reports and other things he's been in that he's been difficult to work with too. So
Henry Cavill.
I mean, yeah. I don't think Zack Snyder is going to say that because he picked out Henry Cavill to do Superman.
It seemed like they got along though.
Yeah. I mean, he obviously has a good relationship with him because he wanted to do a Man of Steel 2. So
yeah. Detali says, do you think they'll release a Professor X animated figure? I have a feeling Professor X will be in the animated series. I talked about that with Carlos, whether not season 1, definitely season 2. And I have a lot of theories going on here, but I think we can do that in episodes with Carlos. Like when it comes out, we can start talking about it and giving our theories. What do you think, Carlos?
Yeah, I think we can bring that up on Saturday nights when we do this.
Yeah,
so.
We can focus on some X-Men when the show comes out.
James Morales. Tom Cruise said he was tough to work with. That's why he wasn't in Part 7. Is that why they killed him off?
I wonder. I don't know. He was a really good addition to the Mission Impossible movie.
Yeah, but dude, they played him out to be like the guy taking over and ended up being a bad guy.
I know.
Which was cool.
Somebody mentioned Silverhawks. I guess we can talk about this really quick. Street Sharks anniversary figures, man.
Yeah.
How many of you guys are jumping on those Street Shark figures? Morph on his albino form looked weird. Look chunky version. Yeah, you guys, if you're not up to date, Street Sharks is coming out with anniversary figures. It's going to have like the retro packaging. Figures, I believe, are the same molds, if I'm not mistaken. I think they're a little bit more articulated. So if you want to pre-order them, they are in our links. You can use my links or T3's links for Big Bad Toy Store or Entertainment Earth. So the Street Sharks,
And they're
the guys, don't sit on those. They're not, those figures are not easy to come by. I've been lucky enough to find them over the years at swap meets for $2 to $5 a pop, but they're not easy to come by. You go to a toy store, a comic shop to buy one loose figure, ranges anywhere between $30 to $50 to $70. I'm looking for those hand puppets, dude. I really want those hand puppet ones. Those are sick.
See, that's funny because when they were talking about this coming back, that's what I remember is the hand puppets. I don't remember these action figures.
You don't remember the figure? I remember the figures a lot. Toy Depot has some of the hand puppets, and I'm tempted to jump on one, dude. I really am. I loved Street Sharks as a kid, so I remember the Vin Diesel commercial.
I wouldn't put it past Mattel to skip on doing the hand puppets because they're doing this 30th anniversary figure line.
I think they'll do it. I'm glad Playmates is not doing this because Playmates is really ruining it for me right now for the TMNT line. With their retro line, it's pretty bad. I don't like how they're handling it. And that's Playmates doing it too, which is crazy.
Like he said earlier, you can pre-order those from Entertainment Earth Big Bad Toy Store. Link in description for both of us. Also, they're in stock on Entertainment Earth. My suggestion is to buy the full case and not them individually. So
they're not in stock.
On Entertainment Earth, they're in stock.
They're in stock?
Yeah, Entertainment Earth, they have them in stock.
Pre-order.
What?
I'm going right now to go buy them. I was like, what the hell's wrong with you?
No, sorry. Pre-order only. Ship in July. My bad.
Let's go to Jose's one over here about the TMNT. I did see those. I like the packaging of the TMNT cool. Adidas collab. I would definitely buy them, but just to keep on ice. I would not wear those. Jose, is that a what Funko Pop is that? Is that Korn on his? Is that Jonathan Davis?
That looks like Jonathan Davis.
Yeah, you going to the 30th anniversary? Skate Shark. They are only doing some of the Street Sharks. They are missing Roller Skate Shark. Well, they did like, didn't they preview like 6 of them total so far? Like this is just wave 1.
Yeah, there's going to be, I think they said 3 waves that come out this year.
Yeah, there's going to be more. If this line does very well, they're going to continue doing this.
Yeah, they're going to milk it to death. And yes, that's like Jonathan Davis.
Okay, good. Okay, good job. It's like I told, I think I told this to Carlos, and I told this to the owner at Toy Depot. This is a really good chance for people to get those Street Shark figures. They're not easy to come by. They are not easy to come by. So jump on them now. Link in the description.
Link in the description. Actually,
was it on UPN? I don't remember what it was on.
Yeah, it was actually. That's funny.
Do you remember UPN had a commercial and it would go open, open, open. I don't know if you remember that. That's where they had the Men in Black. I think they had the Men in Black on that station, and they had the Jumanji cartoon on that station, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, dude, I totally forgot about the Jumanji.
Yeah. What's the next topic, Carlos?
Well, let's go. Speaking of X-Men and Henry Cavill, he is now a variant of Wolverine in Deadpool and Wolverine. I almost said versus. Jeez.
Yeah, so Henry Cavill is playing a variant for Wolverine. We all thought he was going to be Captain Britain. Cyclops we were hoping for. Some people were saying Beast, but it turns out he is just going to be a variant for Wolverine, and that's probably going to be a small role, I'm assuming. So what is your thoughts on that?
I really want him to be Cyclops. I want him to be Cyclops.
Look, I've mentioned this to Carlos before. Henry Cavill definitely has the look. but he does not have the acting chops. But he does have the looks. Dumb. Cavill should be Cyclops. I agree. Henry Cavill, I don't know. CM Brock said, huh? I don't know if you know this, CM Brock, but Henry Cavill is going to be a variant in Wolverine. So it's most likely just going to be a cameo. And if I remember correctly, Carlos, isn't he supposed to be like an earlier version of Wolverine? He's going to have a long coat.
Yeah, he's going to have a long, like, brown coat. So that's wouldn't that be the Days of Future Past Wolverine?
Days
then?
of Future Past, he had the short fuzzy with the fuzzy leather jacket.
Yeah.
When I think of long coat, I kind of think of Old Man Logan, but in the comics, but I have this image of Wolverine with the hat and the coat, like they're saying. I just don't remember what it's from.
Oh man, yeah. Huh.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. Again, it's like if there's going to be all these variants of Wolverine, they got to stop making this guy 6 foot. Like, you're going to have to give us somebody who's 5'5" or 5'6", even if it's as a joke. Like, you have to give us the proper looking Wolverine.
Agreed.
Yeah. So,
Ron, so I want to answer this question. Well, we were talking about this earlier, and he asked the owner of Toy Depot about the value. So what did he say?
About what?
Street Sharks losing
value.
Yeah,
he was telling me that he thinks this is going to make the value of the original Street Shark figures go down, that they're probably going to go down a bit, which I agree. I think they will go down, but if you're somebody who's like me, you need the vintage figures in your collection over the new ones. So there's always going to be love for vintage toys. Daily toy hunts are not happening right now because they're not doing daily stocks. So it's daily crap, daily emptiness, daily slow. That's the reason why. That's the reason why.
Let me guess, he'd be the Wolverine who wears the patch. Nope.
No.
So the rumor is it's either Daniel Radcliffe or it's Taron Egerton. Egerton? Yeah.
Etrigan?
So that's the rumor. It's one of those two.
Yeah, because if you look at that image of in the scene where he's wearing the white, where you can see Wolverine wearing that white suit, that guy has a small frame. That's not Cavill. Cavill's very wide.
Yeah.
So, and then they already described what he's going to be wearing. So that's not going to be him.
I actually agree with this. Henry Cavill's an okay actor, not great, but not awful.
No,
he should play a bigger role in the MCU, which I totally agree he should. Yeah. The one-off thing kind of sucks. Yeah, Marvel missing some star power on the roster. So
I don't think he's a bad actor at all. He's not the best actor. And if you want to cast somebody as Cyclops, you need somebody who's a really good actor, because Cyclops has that like leader. How would you say? He has that like team leader. He's very positive. He's very emotional. So you need a good actor to play Cyclops. I really thought it was going to be the guy from. It's too early still, but I thought it was going to be the guy from Top Gun.
Oh, Glenn Powell.
Yeah, I can see that guy as a Cyclops, but who knows? Who knows? Who knows anymore? You know what? Who was the one that we said could be Gambit?
Oh,
the guy who played Elvis.
Yeah, Austin Butler.
Yeah,
that dude would be perfect.
Hashtag Austin Butler as Gambit. Hashtag Sehaman as Gambit. Hashtag jack off figure coming soon.
If you guys remember, that was 2 weeks ago, the jack off figure.
Hey, look what Carlos is doing. That pose.
Oh, wait.
The motion. There you go. Yeah, that's coming soon. Any idea when the McFarlane spawns are shipping? I don't know. Dude, I'm barely seeing King Spawn right now, and that thing's been out for a while. Hasn't it been, Carlos, for like...
Yeah, that came out last year.
And I'm barely seeing it in store. 1 a.m. in Atlanta.
And let's see, Carl Urban is an X-Men. Yeah, but it's too far gone for him to be an X-Men.
Yeah. Dude, the movie's not coming out for like another 3
4
years.
years.
And not only that, when they start introducing other characters, won't be for another couple years after that. They're really going to need to dig into some new actors and stop recycling actors and stop getting
Right.
actors. Dude, what's going on with Blade? There's rumors of it being canceled. And I've mentioned this so many times. The actor is getting old. Like he can't be Blade. He can't be 55 years old as Blade.
Well, it didn't get canceled. They just said that didn't get canceled. It's now the story is no longer set back in like I can't remember what year it was in the 1800s or something like that. So that's good.
Wow.
It's going to be
Why was it in
modern
the 1800s?
Because that's how his book started. Was back in the day when vampires. Yeah, it's weird, but whatever.
I don't need an origin story of freaking Blade. Nobody wants to see that. We want to see Blade now kicking ass in his leather suit and swords.
Ooh, that would be a good one.
Yeah, that's a good choice. That's a good choice. That guy is freaking massive, bro.
Yeah, dude.
That guy's
Sabretooth. He could be Batman. He could be a million dudes at this point.
Hashtag The Rock as Apocalypse. No, I'm just kidding.
No, don't do that.
Hashtag The Rock as Dwayne Johnson.
Yes, as himself. Cycleman 90. Yes, Batman Part 2 is delayed to 2026. Pattinson will be in his 40s. Really? Holy crap!
Yeah, he's in his mid 30s, I think, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up.
He's got to be 35.
Oh, he's 37.
37. Damn. Yeah, you know what? But he's in year 2. Actually, he should be younger. But I have a feeling the third movie. Rumor is we're getting a Robin in this trilogy. So I don't know, but
at one point, I don't know what it'll be. It won't be his. I'm trying to think. Wait, are they skipping years when they do these movies? Because the Batman was year 2.
It would make sense though. It would make sense if they skip a year, maybe 1 year, because eventually the Penguin's going to be in. He's going to be known as a villain. So he's going to have he's going to be known as, a top bad guy. So I'm assuming so. I don't mind them pushing it back as long as it's good.
Sorry, this comment.
Which one?
Oh, that movie's
I talked about this with Carlos. I am so freaking tired of Marvel actors getting recycled for franchises. Like the rumor is they're going to redo Jurassic Park, and guess who's going to be in there? Scarlett Johansson, supposedly. It's like, is there no new actors and actresses out there other than people that are in the MCU?
Yeah,
it's like, don't these people want to do real movies anymore? Like, why do they just want to do these franchises now? It's like, get somebody else. Elliot Page is Robin. Hey, Robert bought that book. Don't do Clayface. We have enough monster villains. Do Freeze.
Well,
I actually want to see Clayface on the big screen. I really do want to see Clayface on the big screen.
That's your big baddie in the Batman Part 2 is Clayface.
Dude, I've heard so many things about this movie. I've heard Hush plays a part in this. I've heard Robin gets introduced in this, or something about Robin, and then Clayface. So we'll see, man. I mean, there's a lot of rumors going around.
Wouldn't Hush be way too soon to do for a second Batman film?
Well, I mean, that's what I liked about the Batman, the first one. They introduced characters. They didn't introduce them, kill them off like how Marvel does. They're setting them up, which is what I like. I like that. I love that. There's already actors and they're villains, and they're not yet who they're supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like how the Penguin is. So, and then I mean, Joker is already established for the most part, but yeah, that's what I like. That's what I like about these movies. I like it when they do it like that and the right way.
Don't tell that to Chris Pratt being recycled his whole career.
Chris Pratt, isn't Chris Pratt Garfield, or am I tripping?
No, he.
What was that?
Yeah, he's Garfield.
Oh my God. Is he really Garfield?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yep.
I can't wait to see
recycled.
I can't wait to see Chris Pratt in the new Martin Luther King movie.
Oh my God.
I have nothing against Chris Pratt, but it's like, dude, just get some different actors, man. There's different actors out there. Like, there's some different actors. Hire me. Subscribe to No Shield Podcast.
Yes.
There's no shilling over here.
I think let's move into the next topic. You guys ready? Because you guys have been commenting in this comments. It's been awesome. So I guess let's get to one of the main topics, that being No Show Podcast on YouTube. Go subscribe. We're close to 50. We have to get to 50 subs to do a live, any lives. 100 subs will get you our first interview. It'll be Robert the Scalper. This is a big deal because he doesn't like to be on camera and he'd never been interviewed at anything in his life. So
he likes being on camera. He doesn't like to be live.
Yeah, he doesn't like being on camera. Don't lie to yourself, Robert. They should hire Sehaman as the Batman. I agree with that.
Yes, you should. Thank you.
We got 50 in the chat tonight. Thank you guys. That is it. No, I was kidding. Topic, one of the main topics tonight is The Crow. It's not a reboot. It's just a reimagining of the 1990, not movie, comic book. So let's get into it. Trailer dropped Thursday, and Seha sent it to me. My son sent it to me. I had like 50 people send me the trailer, and I was like, I'm literally trying to fix my printer, and I'll watch it. So I watched it. I know you watched it. You guys in the chat have watched it. You've already voiced your opinion.
It's got 50,000 dislikes.
Yeah, that's freaking nuts.
50,000 dislikes.
And it has over 120,000, I think, views since Thursday. I think.
So let me get this out of the way really quick. So Carlos here. Carlos is the Crow fanatic, right? Carlos over here is the Crow fanatic. Me, I'm a casual Crow fan. I watched the movie as a kid. I have a Hot Toys figure. I have several other action figures that they've made. Never read the book. So the Crow is not what it means to me, like how it means to Carlos. So I understand, his love for the Crow, his love for Brandon Lee. I wanted to read the book ever since I heard about this new Crow, which is why I bought the paperback right here. You can get on Amazon. I'm not done with it. I'm halfway in. This is making me a Crow fanboy. Like, if you want to read a good book, definitely check out this book right here, guys. This is really, really good. This is a good read. And I just wanted to get that out of the way. Yeah. So go ahead, Carlos. Give your thoughts on the trailer.
I had to watch that trailer like 6 times. So me being a huge Crow fan of the graphic novel before it became a like that book that he has, and yeah, it's hard to explain, I guess. My first thought was when they said they were making another Crow movie, and it was to be Eric Draven. I was like, why is this happening right now? This is a bad idea. But I'm giving this movie a benefit of a doubt, regardless of the Jokerized version of him or not. Yeah. The trailer, I didn't think it was a bad trailer. It wasn't like terrible. It was okay. I know it looks very John Wickish, which
it does have that vibe,
we've heard. He is reading the book right now, so he kind of understands now where the look comes from. Brandon Lee did have a look, but in the book itself, he's shirtless throughout.
I'm trying to find the picture. There's a picture here, guys, because I know a lot of people are like, that's not what the Crow looks like and this and that. You guys need to stop comparing him to Brandon Lee, because this is not a movie based off of Brandon Lee. This is a movie based off of this book right here. Hopefully it's based off of the book, but it's not a character that was originated by Brandon Lee. Yes, Brandon Lee is probably the best version of the Crow for sure, but this is not a version. This is not Brandon Lee's Crow. This is James Obar's Crow. So people really need to stop comparing him to Brandon Lee. Like we don't compare every single Batman to Adam West or to Michael Keaton. Spider-Man. Well, Spider-Man's we technically kind of do, but there's been so many different Spider-Mans, and everybody has, how come no one's comparing him to Eddie Furlong? Yeah, no one's comparing him to Eddie Furlong. Eddie Furlong was the Crow. But I get it. The tattoos is not the look that some people want. I understand. Oh, here we go, right here. Check it out. Let me know if you can see that.
Yep.
Is that on camera?
That is on. Let me see if I can blow that up.
That is somewhat of the look that Bill Skarsgård has for the film, minus the tattoos. Is it on camera? I can't see.
Yeah, you're on camera.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and the book, like you had mentioned, because you were talking about it. So there's a lot of Brandon Lee in the movie, the 94. There's a lot in the book that he does that is pretty similar to the movie.
Yes. Okay.
Vice
so
versa.
let me show you, because I haven't read it since the other day. So I am this far, the top portion. I'm this far in. Can you see that? I'm that far in. I still have that much to go. Yeah.
You have a lot.
And there's a lot of Brandon Lee there's a lot of parts in here that Brandon Lee like says in the film. So but I'm not reading this as Brandon Lee. I'm reading this as the writer's version of the Crow. And this is really good, guys. This is really good and depressing. I recommend. I'm not done with it yet, but this is turning me into a fanboy of the Crow. Definitely is. So check. This is on Amazon, I think, for $20. Check this out. It's a really, really good book. But I'm sorry, Carlos. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I linked the. Trying to think now. I linked the Crow graphic novel to the chat, so if you guys want to order it, click the link and order that. But yeah, the graphic novel. So that picture he just showed you, most of the book, the rest of that, he's shirtless, which is what Bill Skarsgård is in the movie with that coat. And in the book, he has a sword, which Brandon Lee had briefly for one scene. And this new movie, he's just to use that sword more. So that's more like the graphic novel. So that is a win in my book. A lot of things, I'll try not to spoil this, but they cut this out of the first movie, Skull Cowboy, which is in the graphic novel. Apparently, he's going to be in this new movie. Apparently. And I found out the reason why they cut Skull Cowboy is because this is something I didn't know after all these years. The reason they cut him is because Brandon Lee got shot and killed and died, because the next scene was supposed to be that he films that scene. And then they're like, yeah, we're not going to do this. So they scrapped it. And they had to piece together the movie to, like, with all the flashbacks. Oh, wow. If you guys remember the flashbacks, those were all just kind of like thrown in there because they had to cover spots of the movie. And I was like, oh, wow. To me, I don't know. I don't see any flaws in that movie. And people said that there are. And I'm like, I don't know. I love that movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
So go in with an open mind. Get the 94 Brandon Lee version out of your head and go into that movie with an open mind. And just remember, this is based off a comic, not off of Brandon Lee. So you got to give Bill Skarsgård a chance.
Yeah, I look, this movie might not be good, okay? I told it to Carlos. This movie might not be good, but I am a big Bill Skarsgård fan. So I can tell you Bill Skarsgård's probably going to be great in this movie. The rest of it I don't know. I really don't know. I know Carlos mentioned to me this was originally going to be a TV series and now an 8-part you said, right? 8-part
Yeah,
TV
8
series.
parts.
And now this movie's cut down to like an hour and like 25 minutes, which gets me worried a little bit that they're going to rush through this movie. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm still going to go into this excited. Edwin Arzola says, "Do you think they didn't paint his face white because he would look too much like Pennywise?" That's a good point.
That's a good point.
That's actually a really good
Oh,
point.
that's the one thing I don't really remember in the graphic novel because it's been so long. Because
Yeah.
you've been reading it. Does he put the white makeup on in the beginning?
So far he's already like established as the Crow. I haven't gotten to when he becomes the Crow. I haven't gotten to that part yet, but because the book's in black and white, I don't know if he has makeup in it. It kind of looks like he does, but I'm not 100% sure. He definitely has the eyeliner and lipstick.
Yeah,
So
because so look at that cover again. Put that graphic novel
yeah,
back
look, hey,
up.
look at this. This I'm not saying it looks like Bill Skarsgård, but this looks like the look that they're going for Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah, because from my recollection, he doesn't have makeup in the movie. It's just his skin tone, and then he just draws on with the eyeliner or whatever.
In the
So
movie
that's
or the
why I'm
book?
like in the book, and that's why this interpretation reminds me of the graphic novel more. That he just paint. Well, I don't know. In this new movie, it doesn't seem like he does paint on the eyes. I forgot in the trailer. So I don't know. I feel like this is more in tune with the book. That they're referencing the book more.
Dude,
I
look at
mean,
this.
look at this.
I love the artwork on here, man.
Yeah,
Look
it's
at this.
so good.
Look at this, guys. Like this is so good, guy. This is really good. I have not read a good paperback in a long time. And again, I'm not even done with this yet. And this is amazing. And I was telling Carlos, this book has a lot of poetry in it. And it's very dark. It's very, very dark. So
Yeah. The one thing that Seha didn't know is James O'Barr's. I thought it was his wife. It was his fiance was killed by a drunk driver, and that's just how he coped with it. Was creating this comic book, The Crow. So that's why it's
yeah.
dark. That's why there's a lot of poetry. That's why there's a lot of Edgar Allan Poe stuff in it. And that's why they referenced that in the '94 movie. So it's super good. John Estrada can't be any worse than the Crow sequels. Very true.
I read a comment right here. Okay, it says Detali78 says they made Bill Skarsgård's bangs too short. I wonder if they did that on purpose, just so there's no comparison with Brandon Lee. I think maybe they're just trying to go for I personally think they're just trying to steer away from Brandon Lee.
I think too. I think they're just trying to go more modern, so
I think they're
they
just
don't
trying to make
compare
their
him.
own
Right.
version of the Crow, which is
So
understandable.
See, that cover does look like the new movie. Yeah. See, that's what they're trying to go for.
Yeah. When I look at the cover, it has the look of Bill Skarsgård. But there is images in here that kind of resemble Brandon Lee, but I want to say more so of a kind of a look of Bill Skarsgård.
Muggsy Brady. I wonder if the tears in the lipstick are blood because in the trailer he leaks black blood out his eyes. He does, but in another part of the trailer,
No,
you
you
see
see him
him
painting
do
it.
you see him painting
Yeah.
it
I
in the
I was
book.
telling Carlos I think the trailer showed too much, but I don't want to go into it because I don't want any spoilers. But I did think the trailer did show a little bit too much.
And actually, Saya did bring this up because I was going to ask him this or kind of title. He doesn't in the book. He's not a musician.
He's not?
No, in the book he's not a musician. So that added that in the movie. So that's something that deviated from the book. He's not a
Oh.
musician in this. So,
Huh.
let's see. At least the song on the trailer was cool. I guess I'm not a huge Post Malone fan, and I feel like the Crow soundtrack should be a lot of gothic rock, like the original one. But then
Should have
again,
hired Jonathan Davis to do the score.
God, that'd been awesome.
He does really good gothic rock.
Pacheco Fernando Jr. I was not a fan of Bill fans of the Crow. Not you guys. Tell me based on the comic. I pick up that graphic novel tomorrow, and I'll give it a chance. Then, since me and my sister are big fans.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hey,
man.
I'm not the biggest fan either, like Crow is, like Carlos is, but I mainly got this because of Bill Skarsgård, and I'm falling in love with this book. I'm not even done with it yet. And it's a gorgeous book too. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous book. And again, I'm not reading this as Bill Skarsgård. I'm not reading this as Brandon Lee. I'm reading it as the comic version of Eric Draven. So
He's a mechanic in the book. I think that's right.
I haven't gotten to that yet.
BT 32086. I think Bill Skarsgård is a great choice. I think he'll do a good job, but the movie itself is not going to be anything special. Yeah,
I agree.
That's why I say, go in with an open mind when you go watch this, because he could be very good and the movie could just be utter trash. So,
one thing I liked about the trailer, there was a lot of things I liked about the trailer, but I liked how, like, we have it right here in the background, how the crow formed with the blood. I love how that formed. That was sick. Cool. And then I thought the poster was a lackluster. Like, I think that should have been the poster right there.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. That's a teaser poster, so hopefully they have something better when the actual one comes out.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It is a teaser poster, huh?
Yeah. So why was he murdered in the book then?
Wait,
so
I haven't gotten there yet. I have not gotten there yet.
Okay. I ain't gonna spoil nothing then.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to that part yet. I mean, we know the family gets murdered, or him and Shelly get murdered, but I don't know how he gets murdered or why he gets murdered in the book yet. So, but I know people are saying, I heard a lot of people saying, "Oh, this is it. That's how they're gonna die." But we don't know if that's how they're gonna die in the book yet. We just see them put the bag over their head, and then it makes it seem like they run out of air, but we don't know. We don't know if there's more to it. I know people want like a graphic murder.
You sickos.
You perverts.
Using the same bad guys in the new Crow. I don't. We have no idea. There's nothing about any of the bad guys.
They have not really said who the casts are, who they're playing. So we don't know. We don't know anything.
John Estrada, good point, because we talked about this over the phone. So after many years, many people don't know that the original movie is based on a comic. A lot of people did not know this is based off a comic.
Yeah,
they thought it was just based off the Brandon Lee movie.
You're freaking right. I forgot that. I forgot to even think that. Like, a lot of people, like your casual Crow fans or casual moviegoers, they don't know that this is a comic book, and it's not a reboot. And I've stressed this to Carlos. Like, this is not a reboot of Brandon Lee Crow. It's a reboot of the Crow book, comic book. Just like they do with every superhero movie. It's a reboot off of the original source. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the way they explain it is just a reimagining of the book. Modern twist. So take that as it is. Let's see. And I'm walking this movie like I do every horror reboot. I'm not comparing it to the original. That is exactly how you should go into that movie.
But there's been some bad reboots, man. Take a look at the Nightmare on Elm Street reboot.
That's terrible.
That was pretty bad. And that is based off of Robert Englund.
Man, and I had so much hope for that reboot, man, but it just no one can do Robert Englund's Freddy Krueger.
The trailer was awesome for that.
Yeah.
I like the trailer for that.
Bill Skarsgård's Crow aesthetic looks like Eric Mabius Crow. Yeah. I get that. As a Crow fan, the second one, we know that Harvey Weinstein went and ruined that movie, the cut is supposed to be better. The third movie, I actually like the third movie more than the second movie, City of Angels one. And then the last one, The Wicked Prayer, is just garbage. So if you haven't seen The Crow Salvation, which there's a Shout Factory is releasing a Blu-ray that's
Exclusive
limited.
to 1,000.
Yeah, it's like 1,600 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then they said they're never making it again, so I have to order that too.
Yeah, I don't even know how many people know there's like 3 other movies or 4 other movies. So I don't think people know there's a Salvation. There's the City of Angels. Is that the name of the second one?
City of Angels.
And Edward Furlong cut.
And then the TV show that they had, Stairway to Heaven.
Show. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, with Mark Dacascos. I wish they would release that on Blu-ray. I have it on DVD somewhere. It's actually not that bad. It's actually pretty good.
Hey, Fonzo 13. Oh, see, I told Carlos about this. Highlight that. Highlight that. I told Carlos about this, Fonzo. Yeah, I told Carlos about that. Hey, Fonzo, you should hop on real quick so we can discuss this. 2 Crow fans.
Yeah, so I know Raph did talk to me about this, but also they're seeing this, what, a month, 2 months before it came out. So this is just a what did I tell you it was going to be? It's a
unfinished
test screen. It's a test screen.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it's kind of late to do that, but
yeah, it is kind of late. It is kind of late, but I don't know, man. I don't know. He said nope. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Well, I'm still gonna give it a chance. Like I said, the only reason why I'm really giving this a chance because I like Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah, and I'm giving it a chance because why not? It can't be any worse than the other ones.
Guys, just like physical media, we really need to support going to the theaters.
Yeah.
Because I think, dude, I have a feeling the theater experience isn't going to be around for a long time.
Not the way things are going.
Yeah. Like Carlos was telling me that the Accountant 2 is going straight to streaming.
Which is freaking ridiculous.
I love the first movie. Hey, look, Carlos, that one's for you. Maybe we'll get a NECA Ultimate Crow figure.
We'll
I think Trick or Treat Studios is doing it, though.
I think that if they were going to do a Crow, an updated one, they would have already maybe announced something before the movie came out. Because they would have it takes like a year for them to work on stuff. So
I wouldn't mind seeing a set with Eddie Furlong in it.
No.
I want to see an Eddie Furlong Crow.
Would you buy it? Is the question.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, no one would.
I know I wouldn't. I like Eddie Furlong though, but no, he was just a terrible Crow.
Would you get a Hot Toys of the new movie? Yes.
Yeah, I would definitely get it because I like the look. I do like the look. I mean, I own several Jared Leto Hot Toys Jokers, and his take on the Joker has now turned into like a cringe for me. But the Hot Toys figures are amazing of him.
And I actually don't mind his interpretation of Joker.
I don't mind it either, but a lot of scenes are cringe. Yeah. We go to John Estrada's comment. We think we see Skull Cowboy in the movie.
Yeah. So if you remember the trailer, there's that dude telling him like
pushes him in the water.
Yeah, pushes him in the water and is trying to explain like the in between. We think that he ends up being the Skull Cowboy. Muggsy Brady. They need to make a Crow video game. So
he's got a short amount of time.
PlayStation 2, they made a Crow City of Angels video game, which I own. I forgot I had it. It's worth like $100.
They do?
Yeah, I have it. I sent you a picture of it.
I think know that.
Yeah,
I don't remember. How's the gameplay on
that? It's not.
I wouldn't mind getting that.
It's
never mind. I don't want to get that.
Maybe toy companies are waiting to see how successful the movie is before they announce a figure of the Crow.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. For the new one, at least. For the new one.
Yeah. If anything, they're going to re-release or maybe make an ultimate of the old stuff.
Yeah.
And maybe update face sculpt and stuff.
We're going on what, the 30th anniversary of the first movie?
Yeah, in May
So I was telling Carlos,
or April.
be prepared for a lot of merchandise to be coming out for The Crow.
Yeah.
Not just because of the movie itself that's going to spark, some interest, but just the 30th anniversary itself on the movie. And plus we got all the steel books that are now sold out.
Yeah, if you missed out, good luck getting it. You have to go to the store, which will be
impossible because stupid Target and Walmart are not putting out their stuff on the street date. I just saw Aquaman yesterday.
Yeah. Actually, I saw. When did I see that? I think I saw that Friday. Yeah, I think it was Friday. I seen it.
That was yesterday.
It wasn't there. Was it? Oh yeah, Thursday. Because it wasn't there Tuesday or Wednesday. I saw it Thursday. But the steelbook was already sold out. So super weird. Let's see. Yeah, I know the City Angels from Angry Gamer Nerd Channel, but a proper gritty game. Yeah, I would actually like a new Crow video game. This reminds me of the RoboCop reboot. Both revenge movies, both reboot lately.
Yeah, the RoboCop remake was not the greatest.
Nah, it's why they made it PG-13. I don't know why. They should have just made it rated R.
Why did they put Samuel L. Jackson in that movie? I don't know either.
Because he's a big name, and Joel Kinnaman wasn't at the time.
Yeah, but they had Michael Keaton as a villain.
Yeah, I forgot about that. God.
Yeah, so to me, they really threw him being in the movie, and I love Samuel L. Jackson, but him being in that movie threw me off.
Yeah,
it took it away from me. He was like the news guy.
Oh, that's right. I think I saw that in the theater.
I saw it in the midnight screening, and it was just me and my friend.
Oh, that's how good it was. I forgot.
That's how good it was. Yeah, exactly. We're the ones that made the box office what it is.
We're pretty cool, even though it's grainy footage. Yeah,
I didn't know there was deleted footage on that.
It's what they filmed because Skull Cowboy they already filmed one part, but the most of it that they were supposed to film was literally the ending. So Brandon Lee only had like a week left of shooting, and that week was supposed to be the Skull Cowboy part, the main part of like the story, and then that's when he got shot and killed. And they literally whatever we saw grainy footage, they just got deleted. They said they destroyed it, which obviously not.
You know what? I read a comment the other day on the whole situation that's going on with Alec Baldwin and how they're doing all this trial and everything, but they didn't do it for Brandon Lee.
Yeah, it's true. They didn't.
That's kind of weird, don't you think?
It is weird.
Huh. I don't know. That's a whole nother topic.
I'm trying to think maybe it's because Alec Baldwin's a bigger name, maybe, and that's why.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a person on set that's supposed to be checking the weapons.
Well, yeah, and they didn't.
So, and I know everyone's giving Michael Baldwin they're all telling him he's got to go to prison and everything, but I don't know.
Psycho Man. Did I watch this? I think I may have watched this Curse Films where they talk about the Crow. There's like new stuff I find out after all these years that I didn't know.
This is all new to me, man.
Yeah, I just found out that the prop person, they basically fired the main dude. They fired him and told him to go home, and then they brought in someone else that was like new to prop guns and stuff. And so basically they're kind of in these things I've watched, are blaming this new dude and the prior prop guy by not checking the gun. Because I guess that gun had been on set a whole week with that bullet lodge in it. And they said, if you just look down the barrel, you'll know if there's something in the gun. And I was like, if only that would have not happened, but it did. And you can't change time.
No, all the greats. I always feel like me personally, I always feel like somebody who was destined to be big dies early.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with this. Alec Baldwin was getting heat because we live in an era with more eyes on things. Brandon Lee was pre-internet, easier to make it go
Yeah, that's
away.
true. That
It's
is true.
true.
That is true. And then plus the internet's just a place for people to hate on people. Everyone is waiting for your downfall.
Pretty much.
People want you to rise to the top. They always root for the underdog. Then once you make it on top, they root for your downfall.
Yep.
That's what the internet is, man. We all are waiting for people to hit their downfall, man. Which is sad. It's so sad. Like we want these people to succeed. Once they make it to the top, we turn into haters and then we bring them down. No shill podcast coming soon.
Yeah.
No shilling over here, guys.
Fonzo says David Shao said all the footage was deleted after the trial.
So there
Are
is
you
footage
talking about
of him
Rust?
getting shot.
Is this about the Crow or Rust? Because I've heard that all the footage was destroyed, but then I also heard that there's a can't remember if it was somebody on set that has the actual footage of the Crow, like a bunch of like behind the scenes stuff. I mean,
Is there a lot of behind the scenes stuff, dude?
I guess so. There's like a whole bunch of stuff that they never put in the movie. Brandon's death. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, dude, why would you, for one, why would you want to keep that footage of him getting shot? And then I would never want to have that.
Money.
That too. But I don't know. I would feel freaking terrible knowing that I have that all these years.
Well, it's just like Steve Irwin. They supposedly gave the copy to his wife and she got him all destroyed or something of his death.
Some sick people out there, I tell you. Sick people.
Yeah. That's a good talk. That's a good topic right here, The Crow. I told you.
Yeah.
I told Carlos, I told him we were going to talk about this for a while. The Crow's a really good topic. I mean, there's so many people. Like I've watched some reactors that I don't normally watch, just random people. And right off the bat, they all say this movie sucks. This is going to be the worst movie. And it's like, dude, stop. These are the people that are making it that movies don't succeed anymore, because everybody was going to jump on the bandwagon and say, you know, I'm not going to go watch this because this person said it, this person said it, and this person said it. So forget it. This movie's bad. I mean, like I said, it probably is bad, or it probably could be bad, but go to the movies, man. Go watch a movie. Go get some popcorn. I think at this point now, we just need to start supporting movie theaters.
Yeah, because, you know, before too long, like, look at it this way, guys. Everyone's already having an outrage because physical media is dying and it's going away, and Walmart and Target, the only two technically retail stores that still carry it.
Walmart's
Target
carrying it.
Yeah, Target barely has anything. Trying to think what else. There's like Amoeba Records that carries it, and like little independent shops. Support those guys too, because they're supporting physical media. Physical media is going to eventually go away. Probably. So we don't want movie theaters to go away. So go see the movies. I know streaming is easier because we become more lazy.
Oh, it is. It's easier. Don't get me wrong. Streaming's easier. I stream, but I still buy the movies that I love. I will buy them, and I love a lot of movies. I will buy them Blu-ray version. I'll get the 4K version if it's a movie I really like. So I still buy movies. I bought movies yesterday. You guys will see it in tomorrow's video. I bought some movies yesterday at Best Buy. Yes, Best Buy. So
yeah,
you guys will see that in tomorrow's video. I did buy a couple movies. I
still buy movies.
I still buy movies, man. Yeah, I love movies. And this is the reason why Carlos and I are starting the No Shill podcast, because we want to talk about movies and music, which is something him and I have in common that we love. So,
well, besides toys and shit, but yeah.
Besides toys and the jack-off figure coming soon.
Muggsy Brady. Yes, this is actually true. I forgot to. I don't know if you knew this.
Yeah,
Iggy Pop was the inspiration, for The Crow, and then he ended up They wanted him to be Fun Boy in the first movie, but scheduling he couldn't, so he ended up becoming the cast in the second one, which he was super weird in the second one.
It's probably better he wasn't in the first one.
Probably. The Crow soundtrack is one of the best. To this day, I just started re-listening to it because I'm trying to introduce it to my son. The soundtrack to like a lot of that music, and man, that is by far one of the
What's your
best
favorite
soundtracks.
song? What's your favorite song on there?
Oh God,
I love that Cure song, dude.
Yeah, I would have to be between that and
Nine Inch Nails.
No, there's a song by oh God, why can't I remember now? Rage Against the Machine's on it.
Oh yeah, I just heard that one today. I listened to it today. Hey, Fonzo13, are you gonna go watch the Dawn of the Dead anniversary in theaters? But yeah, that soundtrack, I can't say it's one of the best because I didn't grow up on that soundtrack like you guys did. I personally, to me, my favorite soundtrack growing up, because I would have to say between the Spawn soundtrack and Batman Forever.
Oh yeah, that's Batman Forever is a good soundtrack.
I grew, like I said, I grew up as a kid watching The Crow, but I did not listen to the soundtrack until years later. The soundtracks I did listen to as a kid was Batman '89, but I really replayed a lot Batman Forever and the Spawn soundtrack, and it's weird to say this, but again, I grew up with this soundtrack. I didn't grow up with the Crow soundtrack. The Crow City of Angels soundtrack I had on replaying a lot. I love that album too. It has one of my favorite Korn songs. It has that cool Hole song. It's got Rob Zombie's remake of Boogeyman. So yeah. So I'm not saying I don't like the Crow soundtrack. I just didn't listen to it till like maybe a little over a decade ago, which is late.
Yeah, that is pretty late.
It's late, dude. It really is. It really is. But it's a great soundtrack. No, not Snyder's, Don. George Romero. Come on, Fonzo. You better know about this. You're the one that has like the intel to everything. But yeah, what's your guys' favorite soundtrack in the comments down below? What's your favorite soundtracks growing up or even recent? Me and Carlos, I was telling Carlos that, I'm sure this is not going to have a soundtrack like the original Crow movie, but it better have a damn good score.
Yeah, because the scores, I don't know. That's what I know. That's what he listens to a lot. I personally, I was never paid attention to the score until The Crow, and I have the Crow score. I think to the first and the second movie. I think I have them both.
Well, do you know what was cool back in the 90s? I mean, maybe even the early 2000s, but I noticed it more in the 90s, was that when you got a soundtrack for a movie, they enlisted artists to do music for that soundtrack. They don't do that anymore. And they don't even have good scores anymore. Like epic scores like they used to.
No, that's what I was going to talk about. What happened to the soundtracks for movies? Like, I feel like the last good one that I can remember was probably Spider-Man 2.
I knew he was going to say that.
Also, if you guys don't have The Crow, the original one, even though there's a 4K coming out, I just linked the Amazon listing. It's on sale right now for $8 for the original one. So click the link and grab it. Yeah, Spider-Man 2, man. I don't like Nickelback, but they did have a catchy ass song for Spider-Man 2.
You like Nickelback. You say you're going to the reunion tour. Be quiet.
No. I'll be going to
You're taking the Jack-Off figure with you too.
I could do that so I can sell it.
Oh, Fonzo, excuse me, Fonzo. Sorry.
That's funny. Blade 2 soundtrack.
I don't remember the Blade 2 soundtrack.
I don't know what. Another one that
TMNT, Go Ninja Go.
No, it's Mortal Kombat soundtrack.
Oh God, dude, I forgot about that.
Because I feel like that and Spawn came out about the same time frame.
Oh,
and they're both like electronica music.
Great soundtrack. That's a great soundtrack. Okay, let me tell you about another one. Okay, you guys might not agree with me on this. I like this. I love this movie. And it's the highest selling soundtrack of all time. Do you know what it is?
Titanic.
No. Anybody know what the highest soundtrack of all time is? Great movie, and it's a great soundtrack. Anybody know without Googling it? Let's see how many people can... No, not Frozen. That's a great soundtrack, though. It is a great soundtrack. It's a movie, live action movie in the 90s. Let's see if anybody can get this. Power Rangers. Godzilla. Oh, I forgot about the Godzilla one, but no.
That soundtrack's actually pretty good too.
Yeah, that's not bad. I love that Rage Against the Machine song, No Shelter here. That's a really good song. Nobody knows. I'm sure people are trying to Google it right now, but nobody knows. Come on, guys. I thought all you guys were movie buffs on here.
Way to call them out.
No, I'm joking. The Matrix,
The Matrix? No.
No, highest selling. Terminator 2, no. That's a good score, though. RoboCop's another good one, too. Should I just say it?
Titanic? Nope.
Bodyguard. Right there.
Good job, Wasted Years.
Yeah, Bodyguard.
Way to Google that.
Bodyguard is a great movie. What do you think? I mean, Carlos, have you seen the movie with Kevin Costner and Whitney Houston?
Yeah, I've seen it because I think my older sister wore that movie out on VHS.
I like that movie, man. I think it's a great movie. I love Kevin Costner in that film. I like the chemistry between Kevin Costner and Whitney Houston. That's a really good movie.
Weren't they supposed to do a sequel years later for that?
I kind of remember hearing that.
But then, she passed away, so
I think I do remember hearing that, but that's honestly a really good record. There's a lot of hit songs on that.
The Pest soundtrack.
Which one's Pest?
John Leguizamo.
Dude, there's a lot of good soundtracks from back in the day, man. Score soundtracks. I mean, we can name them off here. We got Home Alone, like you said, the Mortal Kombat one, RoboCop, Aliens, Terminator, Judgment Night had a great soundtrack.
Let's see what I got here.
Oh, here we go. Hanson. Bop, 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 bop.
Oh no, I already. We have an interview with Hanson next because he wanted to interview him.
Are you gonna take out your Glitter soundtrack, Mariah Carey?
The fact that there's a soundtrack to that, this scares me now.
Hey, I had the hots for Mariah Carey back then.
Oh, the Judgment Night soundtrack. That is a good soundtrack. Damn, that's a good soundtrack. Oh, speaking of, look at that.
Yeah, Rocky's soundtrack's a classic. There you go.
Here's this not this one, but
Queen of the Damned was pretty good. Jonathan Davis, I think, was the one who looked over that soundtrack.
The first soundtrack to this movie is really good, not the second one.
Yeah, every John Carpenter, man. That is freaking true.
Oh, here it is. Found it.
I love John Carpenter.
Freaking knew I had it. It's right there. There's the score.
The Crow.
And then there's a score to the second movie.
I kind of want to get those on vinyl now. I think I might go to Barnes and pick up the vinyl.
I gotta keep those out. There's a double deluxe vinyl of the score, which I freaking missed out on. Fonzo 13, do you have the score on vinyl to The Crow? I'm assuming you do because I missed out on that. Like an idiot.
Fonzo 13 is probably on the score.
That is true.
He probably was the producer on the on the soundtrack. My lighting. It went dark. Guys, it's okay. We went black.
I gotta find the soundtrack to these. I mean, come on, guys. Look at that.
That's awesome, dude. Freaking light.
Have the soundtrack and the score on vinyl. Of course. Why wouldn't you? I don't know why I pass on those.
Oh yeah, Toy Story was another good soundtrack.
I'm debating to see the reboot of The Crow. You should go see it.
Jagoff figure needs to be glow in the dark under black light. Yeah, we mentioned that. We're gonna have a black light version. We're gonna have one that squirts out. We're gonna have one that's shirtless. There's a lot of variants coming. We're gonna have one with a big left bicep, and the other one's gonna have a skinny arm. So there's a lot of variants coming soon. You know what?
Limited edition.
Guys, I'm not joking. When we start this No Shill podcast and we start doing merch, we might do an action figure, man. Go fund me.
Oh yeah, this is a good call. Yeah, this is a great soundtrack too.
Yeah.
Nobody mentioned Guardians of the Galaxy soundtracks.
Yeah, that's not bad.
The first one's good. The second one's good. The third one is good. They're all good.
Jackoff figure coming soon to Jerk Starter.
Jerk Starter needs to be glow dark. I honestly, I have so many ideas that we could do for like tiers that could be very limited. So,
we got some ideas, guys. Again,
Steep Human action figures.
Steep Human action figures. You can send that to Shartimus Prime. We don't do humans.
Oh. Nope, we just skeet a lot. We're all chill. No,
sponsored
chill.
by Super Soaker and dude. Imagine Pornhub sponsors the figure.
That would be freaking hilarious. Will the figure have a chase? Yes.
Yes. It's gonna be a mini version, if you know what I mean.
It'll be a 1 of 50. There'll be 50 chases.
Street Fighter movie had all rap soundtrack. Did it? Oh, it did have a rap soundtrack. That's right.
Yeah,
dude, you know what was a good score? The TMNT 1990 score.
Oh.
That was a really good one. And plus you had part 2 that had Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go.
I love that the director of The Crow, Alex Porras, is Australian, bringing it home for the Aussies once again. Yeah, and he's also very adamant about hating this movie, so understandably.
Wait, he hates the movie?
The new one that's rebooted.
Oh yeah,
I
also heard the original girl who played
Sarah.
Yeah, mentioned something about Skarsgård's look.
Yeah. They're gonna hate. I get it. I feel like they're allowed to, but then again, they're not.
Are you really allowed to though? Are you really allowed to?
I mean,
if you're not doing anything in your career, are you really allowed to hate?
Well, probably not. Yeah, no, she's not doing nothing.
Yeah, if you're not doing anything in your career, you shouldn't say anything. Like if you're like not an actress anymore, I don't think you should be saying anything. Because then they're gonna attack you and being like, "What have you done since then?"
True, which I think someone already did say that to her.
Yeah. It's like,
replied
what the hell
back,
are you doing right now?
Yeah, what are you doing? You're just doing signatures or something.
They didn't call you back for The Crow with Eddie Furlong, did they?
Nope. Or the sequel. Or the other sequels. Any heard of the Monster Force figures coming out? They're on Big Bad Toy Store.
Yeah, those actually look pretty good. She said he looked grungy of all things. That was pretty big in the 90s too.
That is true.
Oh yeah, Lord of the Rings is a good score.
We talk about the Oscar bit between
that was awesome.
That was funny.
But we didn't talk about that, but that was awesome. That was awesome. I love that look.
Yeah.
By the way, that's going to be the facial expression for jerk-off figure.
This?
It's going to have an interchangeable head sculpt. This one, and then this one. So.
Oh, God, dude. Screen capture that for anybody. You can
every time when the hand goes up, it's going to be like when it goes down. It's So we're gonna introduce facial articulation.
Somehow I don't know if that would work, but that's funny.
Oh, you know what? Let's talk eye roll action. I love that. I love that. Hey, let's talk about the big movie coming out soon. Venom, Save the Last Dance. Oh no, The Last Dance.
The Last Dance.
Let me tell you this right now. Based off of that name, you know this movie's going to be crap.
No, also when we were talking about this, I failed to remember that Craven comes out just like 2 weeks before that movie drops.
That's not a good sign.
No.
How the hell?
Why would you do that?
I didn't even know that. How would you release Craven and then Venom right after?
Yeah,
Venom's gonna die. I mean, whether or not Venom's gonna be big at the box office, it's still gonna overpower Craven. That makes no sense. They're not gonna move it. Are you sure?
Then I haven't heard anything about them moving it because they moved up Craven.
Oh, that's right.
So Craven comes out on.
Yeah, they're making another Venom movie. It's called The Last Dance.
I think Craven comes out October 4th and Venom comes out the 25th, right before Halloween. Let me see. Craven movie. Oh, I take that back. They moved it up to August 30th.
Oh, Craven?
Yeah.
So that's not good. Move it.
And that budget was $130 million for Craven.
Hey, look! Somebody put look at Jose's thumbnail. You put him up. Put him up. Yeah. Hell yeah!
I'm keeping that until I think it gets released.
What am I doing to that mic? Is what I want to know.
You're grabbing the balls, apparently.
That's the variant. That's the chase figure. The chase figure. God. The chase figure for the figure is going to be my face.
Oh my God.
They delayed Craven because of reshoots. Dude, that's not a good sign. Oh, I know Carlos was excited for Craven. I know Carlos was excited for Madam Web.
I was not excited for Madam Web. I could care less.
Yeah.
Craven, actually, I know it's only been one teaser trailer, and I was like, okay, that's going to be pretty bloody. That's the only reason why. He bites a dude's freaking eye out. Like, come on.
Come on, man. What have we learned about Spider-Man's biggest villain having his own movie and without Spider-Man?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
How'd that go?
It's
Who the hell's going to want to go see a Craven movie?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, hey, we're preaching about giving this Crow movie a chance. You got to give Craven a chance.
No, I don't want to give a chance to a freaking superhero movie that Sony. I don't trust Sony, dude. Come on, we don't trust Sony.
No, Sony sucks.
Dude, they're not doing a great job, and they're doing these Spider-Man movies without Spider-Man, and it's crap, dude. Come on, dude. Madam Web just came out, and it's already available for digital.
Yeah, and it comes out on Blu-ray here shortly. I had this all down.
It's like, dude, that's why I'm happy that, Matt Reeves pushed back the Batman, because I mean, they might be doing it because of scheduling, or maybe they want to get the script right. And I'm all for that. Dude, take your time with the movie. There's no rush. And not only that, people do have superhero fatigue. They do. They really do. So it's like, that's fine. Take a break. Let James Gunn do his thing right now with DC. I don't know what the hell Marvel's doing right now, so we'll see what happens with them. But I guess that's a good segue to go into the cancellations of Marvel.
Oh, did they really talk about any cancellations? They didn't really say what was canceled.
I thought they said Ant-Man was going to be canceled. The Marvels 2, Eternals 2.
So Ant-Man and Captain Marvel, they won't have any more movies. Eternals did not get canceled. It is actually being morphed into something else. So those characters will be in another movie, which they're speculating will be X-Men, because that makes actual sense.
That's still technically canceled, dude. It's canceled. They're just going to merge him in with a bigger superhero name, a bigger mutant name.
Hey, that's fine. I don't care. I just got to
Yeah, it's
see my
fine. It's fine, but it's
Eternals.
just it's canceled. It is canceled. Oh yeah, it's true. No Armor Wars movie. What the hell? And what dude,
Nope,
what
that's
is taking so long for that Iron Man one? What is it? What's her name?
Ironheart.
Yeah, what the hell's up with that?
They just talked about that. So Armor Wars is still happening. They're editing that one, and they're editing Ironheart. Ironheart comes out next year now.
I'm over it. I'm over it. You know what?
It's dude
I
that
was
that TV series was filmed. It's been like 2 years.
look, I went into Black Panther Wakanda Forever with high hopes, and that movie bored me.
Still,
That movie
still
bored me, dude.
decent.
That one I was looking forward to Black Panther 2, and it just didn't do it for me. Yeah, I fell asleep during some parts.
I'm highly
So
offended by that.
iron fart. Um, yeah, I don't know, but I don't going back to Craven, I don't think Craven's going to do good without a Spider-Man. It's like having a Joker movie without Batman. But they did that
Technically, they
correctly.
did.
They did that correctly, but technically Bruce Wayne was in the movie.
Was he?
Yeah, as the kid, that was Bruce Wayne, and Thomas Wayne was in the movie. So
I do
technically
remember that.
Batman was in there, but it's like making a Batman film without Batman. And it's like you don't I don't know. I just have a lot of issues with Sony doing it the way they did. Like Venom could have been so much better.
It could have. Venom should have been rated R from the get go. It
And
would have been a lot
it
better.
should have gone a different direction. Like me and Carlos were talking about it. Like the second movie, Let There Be Carnage. I was telling Carlos that the movie should have focused on Cletus Cassidy as a killer, maybe him escaping prison on the run. There could have been another main villain for the movie. The end of the part 2 could have been Cletus Cassidy getting the symbiote, and then the third one could have been him and Carnage together. That could have been the final movie. Venom versus Carnage. Who's a bigger villain to Venom than Carnage, other than Spider-Man? Like who else? Who else would you put Venom against? You're going to keep on putting him against different symbiotes, or what are you doing? Like who's going to be?
That's what it. Yeah.
Who's the next villain going to be? Freaking who? J. Jonah Jameson?
I know we were talking about this actually when you said that. We talked about the first movie should have introduced Cletus Cassidy earlier.
I think the second one, I think they did it fine, introducing him at the end, and then focus on him on the second movie, like him being in prison and then escaping, and then him on the run causing chaos. But Eddie Brock is sidetracked by another main villain. And
Craven.
then at the end of the movie, somehow, however he got the symbiote, Cletus could have gotten that, turned into Carnage, leading into the third movie.
Yeah, but in the comic, Cletus was in jail with Eddie Brock or next to a jail cell. So that's what they should have done. They should have done it that way.
You know what? They didn't follow anything from the comics.
No, I know, not at all.
They did not follow anything. Like I remember watching the first Venom movie and enjoying it, but also being mad at it at the same time.
Yeah.
Because I was like, this is nothing like the comics. But we talked about this. The look of Venom was amazing.
Yeah, and like my biggest gripe was like, where's his spider logo? And they can't use it. And I was like, this is stupid. It took me out of the movie.
And they play basketball at Venom. I just got that reference. Carnage meets Blade. White Men Can't Jump. Or Money Train.
Oh, Money Train. Jennifer Lopez is in that.
Yeah, that's a good movie. I just watched it for the first time the other day.
And it shows her little boobies.
She does actually. Yeah, Venom. I don't know, man. That movie could have been better. It should have been better. But and then it's like you mentioned to me the way he got the symbiote, Cletus Cassidy or Woody Harrelson, was by biting into Venom, which is strange to me. Yeah, so that's kind of strange to me, but There, I don't know. I have no
Like,
idea, but
I think someone put it in here. Yeah, here you go. Bugsy. It's like those X movies without Wolverine, their selling point, and they just fell flat. True.
X-Men First Class
He's in that movie.
as a cameo. He goes, "Go F
Yeah,
off."
he's still in it. Still in it.
But that dude, when I watched that movie, I didn't even think about Hugh Jackman.
I just actually rewatched that yesterday, and I was like, "Damn, this movie's still good."
Yeah, First Class is better than the original 3 X-Men.
Yeah.
I still don't think it's better than Days. I really love Days of Future Past. Can't wait for
Crystal Lake. Oh yeah, Derry. Was it Welcome to Derry?
Welcome to Derriere.
I forgot about Crystal Lake's coming out. That's on Peacock, I believe. See, I'm okay with them doing stuff like that for like TV streaming. Hello, Brian Hernandez.
Make a Spider-Man 2099 movie. Supposedly, Nicolas Cage has been talking about a live-action Spider-Man noir,
which I think is cool.
Yeah, I like that they're still giving Nicolas Cage roles, man.
Yeah, did you watch that Dream Scenario movie yet?
No.
It's on. I'm trying to think, Hulu? No, HBO. It's on Max right now.
Is it really?
Yeah, so I'm gonna probably watch it tonight.
I'll check it out.
Sinister Six movie would have been interesting. Yeah, which is what they were trying to lead that up into the Amazing Spider-Man 2 with Andrew Garfield. That was supposed to be the third movie.
Yeah.
I'm just not a fan of that Rhino.
Go to Muggsy Brady comment. I've mentioned this before. I enjoyed X-Men 1, 2, and 3. I really did enjoy 3. But I really do not get the hype for the X-Men film, like how people love it to death. Like I really don't. I like the movies, but they're really not the best X movies. They're very inaccurate, but they're good movies. I think the closest we've ever gotten to a true X-Men movie is Days of Future Past. Or I mean, I don't even think First Class. I think Days of Future Past.
Days of Future Past is probably the closest to the comic storyline.
Yeah, that's closer to the comics. Yeah. The third movie, X-Men, right? Was it X-Men Last Stand? They did the future pretty awesome when they were in the danger room in the beginning. They were showing a homage to Days of Future Past.
I hated that movie though.
The more I think about it, the more the X-Men Wolverine Origins is terrible.
That movie is very bad.
That movie did not age well. That's not a great movie. I like Michael Fassbender as Magneto. I do. And I like what's his name as Xavier too. I forget his name.
Oh,
I totally forgot his name.
James McAvoy.
James McAvoy. I thought he was great as Professor X. Great casting.
Amazing Spider-Man had the basement filled with Origin for the Sinister Six. Yeah, was that the first one? Was that the first one?
That was the end of the second one.
Second one, yeah. With Vulture and everything. I thought that was
Vulture. I think there was a symbiote in there. They had Doc Ock's tentacles in there as well. Is New Mutants part of it, dude? Is that part of the MCU?
No, that's part of the Fox universe.
You think they're going to be in the Deadpool cameos?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't see why they would do that. I know people hate that movie, but I actually enjoy that movie. It's not the greatest movie, but it's not that bad.
I never saw it.
It was very horror. It's very much a horror movie.
Is it a horror movie? I remember people saying that.
Yeah, it's more of a horror movie than it is anything. Because I don't know. Did you ever read the New Mutants comic books?
The one with Cable?
It's like prior to Cable ever existing.
No, I started reading the comics when Cable was introduced.
Oh yeah. So
then I went to X-Force.
Yeah. think it's everyone knows New Mutants is because of Deadpool and Cable, but there's this whole thing about this demon bear, and that's what the movie's based on. I was like, oh, this is pretty horror-ish. You should check it out. It's on Disney Plus.
I don't know about all that.
Trust me, you
No,
probably
I
won't
still
like
gotta watch
it.
Eternals, man. I do
should-
want to watch Eternals.
Now, these people in the chat don't want to hear you want to watch that. I love that
I know.
movie.
I can't say anything about Eternals. I never watched it. I didn't I didn't care for it when I saw the trailer for it. But I mean, so many people talk bad about it, but there's a lot of people that say it was a really good movie too.
There's just a lot. There's a lot to that movie. There's a lot of character introduction. What to me, why I like the movie, it's the it they don't rely on a lot of I mean, there's CGI in the movie, but Chloe Zhao wanted real scenery. She didn't want a green soundstage, so they filmed things on like actual locations.
Yeah.
Cinematography is so good. The color grading is fantastic. Yeah, he's the bad guy. Well,
he's the voice, right?
He's the voice of Crow. Yeah,
Crow.
I didn't even know that was him.
As the Crow.
That's the guy's name in the movie. Crow.
So he's playing two crows.
Yeah, isn't that funny?
Is a Spawn reboot still happening? Yeah, in 2065, I think.
Yeah, don't go off of McFarlane. Just wait until Blumhouse says something. Here you go. I want you to tell them your thoughts on Aquaman 2.
Yeah, I think I talked about this already. How the weekend it was streaming, I woke up in the early in the morning around 4:00, and I usually like to sleep with some background something on my laptop, and I forgot Aquaman was streaming, so put it on so I can go back to sleep, and I ended up watching the entire movie, and it was actually an enjoyable movie. Is it a great DC movie, comic book movie? No, but it's honestly an enjoyable movie. It's like a fun popcorn flick. It's one of those movies that you would go to the movies just to watch it. You know, like how you used to go back in the day. Movie comes out, you go watch it. You don't think anything of it. You just go and you're like, hey, this is a fun movie.
Yeah,
that's what I thought of it.
I didn't think it was the greatest movie at all. But
no,
what you said, I definitely enjoyed it more than Shazam: Fear of the Gods.
I still got to watch it.
Atrocious. But Aquaman 2 reminded me of a popcorn film back in the 90s, like those old school action comedies. That's what it reminded me of. It still
and apparently it's got a lot. You can tell it's got a lot of reshoots because there are some scenes where Jason Momoa is lean, and then there's some scenes where he's heavier.
Yeah. Also, they messed the cut I got to see is the ending is completely different. So
yeah,
what came out, I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah, we know this movie got butchered too. This is another movie that got butchered. So, and it's all because of the James Gunn thing. That's why this happened.
Thoughts on Spider-Man having the whole Batman cave carbon copy layout and Enter the Spider-Verse? Spies that the spider-based cave looking thing. I don't remember that.
Did Batman originate like a bat cave, like a little what do you call it? Like his little headquarters like that? Is he like the originator of a cave like that? You get what I mean?
Like a bunker, basically.
Yeah.
Probably, because I can't think of anyone else. Because Batman 66, that's when they had that.
Batman, one thing about Batman, because you guys know I'm a big Batman fan. Batman always had the coolest gadgets.
Mm-hmm.
And cars and vehicles. Batman is a version of James Bond.
Yeah, and that's Iron Man. Stole Batman. Aquaman 2 has good part. Patrick Wilson stole the movie. Yeah. P. Willie?
Yeah.
He definitely stole the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely carried the film. And I mentioned this before. Willie. I still think Amber Heard's hot. Carlos said she can poop on his bed any day.
She is an attractive lady, but yeah, I don't want her shit in my bed. Eternals was Babbage. I mean, garbage. I disagree.
John
Agree to
Estrada.
disagree.
Zorro was the first to have a cave as a headquarters.
Oh,
Hey, wasn't
well,
Batman
thanks,
inspired
John.
by Zorro? Or am I tripping?
I could see that.
Somebody was inspired by Zorro. Wait a minute, wasn't the Phantom also one that had a cave like that?
Ooh, I don't even remember that.
Batman is a combination of Zorro and James Bond. Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Uh-huh.
Johnny Depp saying she left a grumpy.
That's what he called it. I forgot. That's
Dude, Johnny Depp was awesome during that trial, man.
oh
He
my
was
god.
awesome
Skull
during that.
Cave. Yeah, the Phantom had the Skull Cave.
When did Phantom come out? He was an older comic book character too. I'm not sure if Batman predates him.
Oh, let's go look.
I like that Phantom movie. That was a good movie.
It started in 1936.
Oh. So he predates Batman.
Yeah, because Batman was
in the 40s.
Let's see, Batman. Ooh, 1939.
Okay,
So
so he
3
was
years.
okay. Yeah, because you could think about it, you can kind of see a resemblance to the Phantom and Batman. Also, I mean, with the guns, because Batman came out with guns.
Yeah. Yeah, Phantom was the first mass superhero. Well, wouldn't that be Lone Ranger? Because I thought Lone Ranger was out before that.
You know, a movie I want to see a reboot of, but a dark version, just like the comics, The Mask.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, The Mask, not the Jamie Kennedy one, but The Mask.
Yeah, because the comics were like violent.
Yeah, big time, big time. I wouldn't mind if they made another Dick Tracy movie too.
I know they had talked about that for like the longest time.
Dick Tracy I would love, and you know damn well it would not be like the original one. And I didn't realize this till a few years ago. The Rocketeer, but I did not know that the director of Rocketeer did The Winter Soldier. Not The Winter Soldier. I'm sorry. First Avenger.
Yeah, and then he did one of the Indiana Jones movies.
Back then?
Yeah, he did. I think it was the second one.
The second one was the one with Short Round, Temple of Doom. He did that one?
Joe Johnson. I know he did one of them.
No wonder, like, the way with the Nazis and everything in First Avenger, like, I love First Avenger, man. It's definitely like a time period piece.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, this has got the whole Indiana Jones vibe. I think it's something else.
Oh, he didn't do Indiana Jones? Yeah, Spielberg did Indiana Jones, dude, didn't he?
The Wolfman. Yeah, I thought he did. Why do they keep? I don't know why I thought he did it. Huh. I forgot he did this Jurassic Park 3. That movie sucks.
Yeah, it was a bad movie.
I guess he didn't. What did I think that he did Indiana Jones? Yeah, that Dick Tracy movie, they consider that a flop.
Yeah. I rewatched it not too well. I rewatched it a couple years ago or a few years ago, and it doesn't hold as well. But it was still an entertaining movie. And then somebody put on there that they remember the merch. I don't remember the merch. Dick Tracy from McDonald's.
Oh, yeah, dude, I remember that.
Damn, I gotta look that up.
They had toys. They had, I think, fry containers.
I gotta look that up. He did Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. He did Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. Okay.
I know he did something with Indiana Jones. Okay. Yeah, The Shadow. Oh yeah, The Shadow with Alec Baldwin.
Yeah,
That's
that's a pretty
movie.
good movie. It's not bad. Shadow's not
Lone
bad.
Ranger was 1933. So yeah, he predates The Phantom. Wait, speaking of rinse and repeat, Antonio Banderas wants Tom Holland to take the mantle of Zorro. God no, needs to be a Hispanic guy. Sorry.
Can you hear me still?
Yep.
All right, drop
I am
my.
against that.
Hold on, I got to talk about this. I didn't hear it. Hold on, I dropped the laptop.
I'm against whitewashing a Hispanic character. Sorry.
Wait, Tom Holland as who now?
Zorro.
Tom Holland is Zorro.
Yeah, Antonio Banderas wants Tom Holland to take the mantle of Zorro.
He's probably lying.
Why? That doesn't make no sense.
He's probably just speaking. He's probably just saying. He's probably just bigging up Tom Holland.
Danny Elfman did the score for Dick Tracy. Yep, I do remember that. He also did the soundtrack to Darkman, I believe. See, I knew it. He did the visual effects for Lost Ark. Joe Johnson. Oh, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Yeah. Yeah, we're not rehashing freaking Chris Pratt for any movies anymore.
Why they want Chris Pratt as Indiana Jones?
No, but he would have been a good Indiana Jones, honestly.
Chris Pratt? No, he wouldn't have.
Yeah, he would have. He would have been a good younger version of him. Because you can't get Sean Patrick Flannery to be him. He's too old.
Who the heck is that?
He's the one who was the young Indiana Jones. You know, Boondock Saints?
No, I don't know who that is. Hold on, I got to fix my camera. I messed everything up.
Or the movie Powder?
Oh, that's the guy?
Yeah. Why did I know if I brought that movie up, you'd be like, oh, that guy?
I was just talking about Powder the other day.
That movie's good.
It's a depressing movie.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of controversy behind that movie.
Why?
Because the director was a pedophile, I think.
Oh God.
Yeah.
It's like who the heck isn't a pedophile anymore in the movie industry?
True.
It's like the norm.
Wasted Years is asking, didn't Robert Englund want Kevin Bacon as Freddy? Oh, for the reboot? Actually, I could see that.
I can't.
Nowadays, I could totally see that now.
Nah, not me.
With the makeup on? Oh, that'd be awesome. Because Kevin Bacon was in the first one.
He wasn't in the first one.
I'm thinking of Friday the 13th. Never mind.
That's Johnny Depp. Oh, okay, let's do Johnny Depp as Freddy Krueger.
No,
he'll play a Jack Sparrow Freddy.
Yeah, he'll be too method.
The guy said you can have his name Steve Ewan as Short Round in the one Indiana Jones. No, we're gonna have Robert the Scalper as Short Round.
Yeah, and it won't be Short Round; he'll be Tall Round.
Be Tall Round. Yeah, I heard about Liam Neeson doing the Naked Gun.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
Nah, you cannot tap. What do you call top?
Leslie Nielsen.
Leslie, dude, that's almost the same name.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I did not like those movies.
What?
Yep. I wasn't into that kind of stuff, I think, when I was younger. If I was to watch them now, I'd
ladies and gentlemen,
different story.
Robert, let's we're canceling No Shill podcast.
No, we're not. We're canceling the jerk off figure.
If you didn't like Naked Gun, then you couldn't like Hot Shots either, then, right?
Oh, I did not like Hot Shots.
Wow.
Didn't like Hot Shots Part 2. Didn't like Robin Hood in Tights.
I don't remember Robin Hood Men in Tights.
I don't know what it is with those movies. I do like Spaceballs though, and that's kind of like the same humor.
Yeah,
I
it
love
is.
Spaceballs.
It is.
It's probably because I'm a huge fan of John Candy.
Barf. So I got merchandise.
Yeah. Mel Brooks. God damn it. Billionaire Clive Palmer. Who the hell is that? Wants to build his own Titanic for the Hall for all. That's a bad idea.
Oh yeah, especially with O.J. Simpson, dude.
Yeah.
O.J. Simpson was awesome in Naked Gun.
All I remember from Naked Gun was that's a nice beaver.
No, dude, I like when he's bribing the guy. He's bribing the guy for information. Then they start exchanging money to each other. Dude, that is freaking hilarious, dude.
Oh,
That
man,
is
maybe I need to
hilarious.
rewatch those because you
When
know
he was
what?
like,
Growing up, I wasn't allowed to watch National Lampoon's vacation movies until I was like way older,
I don't remember those movies.
and I did not think the humor was that funny. And now that I've watched it as I've gotten older, I love all those movies.
You gotta watch Naked Gun again, man. It's hilarious, dude. And the comedy still holds.
I need to see if it's streaming.
And
Well, isn't
OJ was funny in that movie.
the scary movies? Those movies are that same humor, and some of those were good,
You
funny,
know,
but some of them were not.
in Creep Show, 2 actors from Naked Gun are in Creep Show 1 and Creep Show 2.
Oh,
Leslie Nielsen is in
what's
Creep
on
Show 1,
next?
and then his chief is in Creep Show 2, and the Chief Woodenhead episode or series or movie.
You said head.
Head. I feel the same. I didn't like Steve Martin as a kid. What? Steve Martin is hilarious.
I like him.
He's got a documentary coming out.
Isn't it? Oh no, I'm thinking of someone else.
I love Three Amigos.
Oh, dude.
I love Three Amigos. And I love Father of the Bride.
Good movie.
And I love Roxanne. And I love Little Shop of Horrors. I love Bowfinger.
Oh, yeah. Bowfinger, you know what? That's good. I like that you brought that up. That movie was very, at the time, didn't do
Ahead of its
well.
time.
It's a way ahead of its time.
Yeah.
It's like so appreciated now.
Yeah. If you guys haven't seen Bowfinger, check it out. Steve Martin, Eddie Murphy, Jamie Kennedy, Heather Graham. It's got a cameo by Robert Downey Jr. Watch that movie, guys. It is very, very funny. It's about a has-been director who is making an illegal film with only like several $100 or like $1,000. And he's like using Jamie Kennedy, who works on a movie lot, and they're like stealing cars. Basically, they're filming Eddie Murphy's character, who's a big time actor, and they're illegally filming him on the streets and just getting his actors to interact with him and filming it. It's hilarious. Check out Bowfinger if you haven't seen it. That's a movie that I think doesn't get a lot of love from Eddie Murphy's fans and from Steve Martin's fans.
Subscribe to No Show Podcast. It is pinned to the top of the chat. So if you haven't subscribed, go do that now.
Yeah, we got to get to 100 subscribers by April.
Yeah, because we need to interview Robert the Scalper. I did read something here. This is probably one of my favorite Steve Martin movies, Parenthood. Absolutely love that movie.
Which one?
Parenthood.
I've only seen that one time. I don't remember the movie.
Yeah, it has Rick Moranis in it. I know everyone loves Plane, Trains, and Automobiles.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah. And then wasn't Steve Martin in Throw Mama from the Train or Don't Throw Mama from the Train? I don't remember.
I forgot about that movie too.
Yeah, like all I can think of now is like all these movies, and I just remember seeing the covers at Blockbuster all the time. I'm like, oh yeah,
Wait, Steve Martin was in Plane, Trains, and Automobiles?
yeah, with
Oh
John
wait, no, I'm
Candy.
thinking about Airplane. I'm thinking about Airplane.
Oh, I was like, whoa. Yeah, Bringing Down the House was pretty funny with Queen Latifah. That movie's pretty good. Oh yeah, DeVito and Billy Crystal was okay. Throw him on from the train.
I
Yeah,
like
I did
Billy.
not like that movie.
I like Billy Crystal. I love the movie. I think I mentioned this before. I think I love the movie with him and Robert De Niro.
Analyze This.
Analyze This, and the sequel, Analyze That, directed by Harold Ramis.
The late great Harold Ramis.
Yeah, great movies, man. If you haven't seen them, great movies.
I haven't.
He's
I
like,
think I saw that movie with my dad because my dad's a huge De Niro fan, and I was
Yeah,
like, I
it's
don't
a
really
great film. The first
care to
one,
see this.
second one's good, but the first one is hilarious, man.
Super funny.
Analyze This. Splash. Yeah, it's a good one with that one chick. I forget her name.
Daryl Hannah and Tom Hanks.
Daryl Hannah, that's her name. City Slickers.
Love City Slickers.
There was 2 of those movies, right? City Slickers 1 and 2.
Yeah, 2.
You're very good.
Yeah.
You got a gift.
Oh, that's funny.
He's all, you got.
That also makes me think of The Whole 9 Yards for some weird reason.
The Whole 9 Yards with what's his name? Bruce Willis?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that movie.
Because they came out in the same time frame, I feel like.
What reminds me so much of Analyze This was Web TV.
Oh shit.
Because we had Web TV and they would always show the trailer for Analyze This in Web TV.
I forgot about Web TV.
Yeah, that was we couldn't afford a computer, so we had Web TV.
Here's one right here. The Cowboy
I don't
Way.
remember The Cowboy Way.
Kiefer Sutherland and Woody Harrelson.
No, I never saw that.
2 cowboys that go to New York, I believe, city. I don't think it was that good of a movie.
So that's another movie that Kiefer Sutherland played a cowboy in, huh?
Yeah.
Dude, Pink Panther with... Have you seen that movie?
Steve Martin? No.
Yeah.
I may have.
Oh my God,
know.
bro. There's a scene in that movie where they're talking about high heels, and I don't want to give anything away, but oh my God, I cracked so hard in that. You got to watch it. I thought when I first heard about it, I thought it was the Pink Panther, like the cartoon, but no, It's not. It's like a spy movie, if I'm not mistaken, I think, or detective movie, something like that. Dude, Great flick. I forgot about that one. Thank you, CM Brock. I got to rewatch that.
I like Steve Martin. I don't know if I ever saw Steve.
I don't know if I remember Steve Martin ever having gray hair, not having gray hair or white hair.
Yeah, I don't know of any movie that I've seen him in that he didn't have white
hair.
Yeah,
Little Shops of Horror, but I think it was dyed.
Yeah, it was dyed. Because there's movies prior to that movie that he was in that he had white hair.
I think in his stand-up comedy is when you saw him have black hair or his regular hair.
Yeah, his dark brown hair.
You know what I was rewatching last night, and I've been meaning to rewatch it in a long time, and I rewatched it so many times. I rewatched it 1990. That movie still holds to this day.
Does it?
You don't think so?
I have not seen that movie since that came out in the 80s. Or late 80s, 90s, yeah. Which, you know what? Yeah, I would have watched that I would have watched that VHS that I sent you if I had a VHS player.
I'm in the market for a television set because I'm trying to get I'm going to start displaying my consoles in the toy room now. So I'm looking for some shelving, and I'm looking for a TV so I can start displaying stuff and start playing the proper way.
Wasted Years
It's
agrees with
still the
you.
better version of It. Hey, It Chapter 1 and It Chapter 2 is not bad. And It Chapter 1 is a great film, but nothing tops the Tim Curry version. That was a great flick. And a TV movie at that.
Oh yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna pull up this jerk off action figure that I've been working on.
Yes.
I can't get past that he used your screenshot of that and uses it as his.
That is going to be the card of the figure.
Oh my god. We'll do it a lot better than that. Where is it?
Demonic Toys. That's a movie, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know about the Salem Lot remake. Jose, he's like, I'm here.
Ooh. I actually know I wanted to bring that up. I forgot all about that. So
Salem
yeah,
Lot.
and it's coming to come out. Yeah, Sandlot. It was going to be theatrical. No, it was supposed to be made for HBO Max. Then it was going to go theatrical. They just said today it's coming out in August on HBO Max.
Is that the one that Stephen King is like praising?
Yes.
Where he was saying he doesn't know where the hell that movie's at and he's like waiting for it to come out?
That's the one. It's coming out now in August.
It makes me wonder, though, if he's just saying that because he wants to get paid.
Maybe he would be a shield then, wouldn't he?
Hey, remember the movie Sleepwalkers?
Yeah.
Dude, I want to find that. I got to get that on Blu-ray. I know it's on Amazon. I want to buy that movie.
Okay. I found what I wanted to show you.
The Crow?
No.
There it is. What are we at? Oh, we reached 50 subscribers.
We hit 50. Yeah.
We did
Finally.
50. Come on, guys. Get us to 100. Let's go. No Shield podcast. We got to get to 100 because that's really the way we can start streaming too, guys. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to stream.
So we're at halfway mark.
So, but yeah, 50 subscribers for the No Shill.
Yep. Thank you guys for getting us to 50. Let's get us to
thanks.
50 more. Let's get us to 100.
Oh yeah, I did see the Lego set. I'm very tempted to get that Lego set.
You're buying that Lego set.
Dude, Stephen King and R.L. Stine, man. I think Stephen King
how many subscribers for
praised R.L. Stine?
Oh. Yeah, he did.
I would have loved
to see
to
those
see
two do the movie.
I would have loved to seen George Romero do an anthology on Goosebumps, similar to what he did to Creepshow.
I would like to see Stephen King direct a Goosebumps.
Has he directed anything before?
I don't know if he has, but I think it'd be cool.
I can get Seha on the podcast. Seha sits in chairs, so he can literally sit by me during the podcast.
How much is that Batman the animated series Lego set?
300, I think.
Is it not on pre-order yet?
No, it goes up in April, doesn't it? Or the end of this month? I don't know. I think it comes out April 1st.
April Fool's Day?
Yeah, it comes April Fool's Day.
So any of you guys in the chat, are you guys Street Fighter fans? If you are, leave a comment, Street Fighter, because Monday, March 18th, Dalsim and M. Bison are going to go up for pre-order on Entertainment for Amazon and so on. Big Bad Toy Store. If you guys are into those figures, that's coming up on Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific time. I just wanted to mention that before I forgot. Street Fighter, what are they called? Ultra Street Fighter 2, the action figures from Jada. It's M. Bison and
Oh, the
Dawson.
Jada ones. Yeah, the Jada ones.
Yeah. Which those look freaking awesome. That M. Bison.
Dude, I want to see them do some freaking movie Street Fighter figures. I want to see a live action Jean-Claude Van Damme movie figures.
I would be down. Oh, here we go. Javi says Stephen King directed Maximum Overdrive.
That's right. He did do that movie.
With Emilio
Estevez.
Yes, I'm collecting them. I'm only really a fan of Street Fighter 2. Well, these are
I think
basic Street Fighter 2.
I think Street Fighter 2 is the most popular Street Fighter.
Yeah.
It's not like how Mortal Kombat is, dude. Have you noticed like Mortal Kombat is pretty popular in 1, 2, 3, not so much 4, but even later in the numbers, they were still popular. Like every Mortal Kombat for the most part has been popular. Street Fighter has kind of been like, I mean, you mainly only hear about Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, and then maybe Street Fighter Alpha, but you don't really hear about any other Street Fighter, dude.
No, because Street Fighter 6 came out last year, and I was going to buy it, and everyone's like, it's just okay.
Yeah, dude, that came and went. I didn't hear anything about that.
Because everyone was talking about Mortal Kombat 1, which I own and still yet to play it.
You've never played Mortal Kombat 1? Oh, the new one. The new one,
yeah.
Yeah, I've heard good things about that one.
Yeah, my son played the story mode. That's why I never played it.
Did he like it?
Yeah, he said it was good, and I think he said it was too short, though.
Yeah, they got good people behind Mortal Kombat. They got good people. Like Mortal Kombat's, whenever something Mortal Kombat drops game-wise, you know it's going to be good. It's going to be. But I do miss, and I've mentioned this before, I miss how they used to shoot it with actual people.
Yeah.
I love that look. I really love that look.
Didn't they do a version with Jean-Claude Van Damme?
The Street Fighter. Okay, so there's it's for PlayStation, I believe, that they did it. No, not PlayStation, for Super Nintendo. Crap, I don't know. Maybe it's Sega CD. They did do a movie one, which I'm on the hunt for, and I think it's a rare a disc, but there is a Batman Forever arcade game for PlayStation.
Arcade?
Yeah, as an arcade version. Yeah.
For SNES?
For PlayStation. And then I think the Street Fighter game, the movie one, was for Sega CD.
Oh, that game.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I had that at one point. Either that or we rented it out a lot. Dude, that game is expensive.
Yeah, I know.
Ooh, $370.
Did they ever make a Primal Rage 2?
I feel like they
I don't know if they did.
Yes, Primal Rage 2 is the canceled sequel to Primal Rage. It started development in 1996 and it was set to be released. Yeah, it got canceled.
That was such a fun game, dude. Primal Rage was so fun. So was Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct and Primal Rage.
Killer Instinct.
Yeah, and those are games that
Go ahead.
No, those are games that I actually own now on Super Nintendo.
I'm gonna say Killer Instinct had a good soundtrack.
Yeah, that's right. It did.
Yeah, I think I had that.
I've had Batman Forever had an SNES game and an arcade. Oh yeah. I have I've had Killer Instinct for a while. Primal Rage I just picked up. Jean-Claude Van Damme has a skin for Johnny Cage. Yeah, that's pretty sick. Cinder. Yeah, Cinder was always a really cool one in Killer Instinct.
Yeah.
Bloody Roar, remember that? Oh, those are such good games, dude.
Those
are such fun games.
And there's a lot of good games from back in the day.
I still need to get the Power Ranger fighting game. I never got that one.
I don't remember. I don't remember that game being good though.
No, but I still want it.
Huh.
Bloody
When you went
roar.
to that collector con and you were at that booth with all the video games,
Yeah.
you got Spawn. Did you ever
I got
play that game when you were a kid?
No, never played it. And that's
Okay.
surprising too for being such a Spawn fan. I don't know why I never got that game. But I never got I'm so happy, dude. The games I got are games that I wanted as a kid. Like Spawn. Well, actually Spawn I can't really say, but RoboCop versus Terminator. I had Primal Rage, but that's cool to have again. Spider-Man versus Spider-Man and X-Men. And then what other ones? That was it, right? It was Spawn, Primal Rage, Spider-Man, and RoboCop. Yeah, it was 4 games I think I got. I don't think I got any more. I don't remember now. I think it was 4 games.
Did you get 4? I thought you got, yeah, was it 4 or 5?
I don't remember anymore. Spawn, Primal Rage, Spider-Man, RoboCop versus Terminator. I think that was it. I think it was just 4 games. I feel like it was 5. Yeah, I don't remember.
Clay Fighters. You know how rare that game is?
Oh, dude, that's another one I need to find. Is Clay Fighter. And that one got a sequel.
Yeah, they have 3, I think, don't they?
Dude, I forgot about that one. That's on the list, man. I got to put that one on the list.
So you have Clay Fighter 63 and a third, Clay Fighter 2, and Clay Fighter. So yeah, I remember one of these is super rare. Yeah, it's Clay Fighter 63 and a third. That one's the rarest N64 game. Yeah, I don't remember this because I worked at Blockbuster. It was a rental only at Blockbuster.
Really?
20,000 copies were manufactured. Yeah, that's why it's rare.
Which one?
Clay Fighter 63 and a third.
Oh, wow.
It's basically the 3rd game. It was like Blockbuster only rental. You can only get it at Blockbuster.
What time is it? Oh, dude, I got to get off this stream soon, man. I got to get up early in the morning.
Why? Where are you going?
I got a flea market.
There we go.
Leaving early in the morning with the pops.
Gonna go get some gems.
I hope so, man. Or some comics or something.
Yeah, Clay Fighter, man. That a game. State of Emergency. I don't remember that game.
I got to log out, man.
Oh, dude. Yeah, it's midnight.
Yeah, it's late. I got to go. I got to say thank you for everybody for joining in tonight.
Yep.
Subscribe to No Show.
We had 53 people tonight. That was awesome. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, No Show Podcast. Link is pinned at the top of the chat. If you have not subscribed to us tonight. Help us get to 100. As soon as we do that, we'll be able to interview Robert, the god dang scalper, the doctor himself.
Okay.
I'm going to make so much fun of him. It's going to be awesome. And yeah.
All right,
Come
guys.
Come see us at the SoCal Gaming Expo June 8th and 9th and get your tickets there. Subscribe to both of us. No Show Podcast.
Good night, guys. Thanks for joining. We got a video tomorrow. I got a video tomorrow, so check it out.
Yep.
We'll see you guys
Tuesday. Good night.
Later, guys. Are we over? Whoa. Are we over?
Good night. Good night.
As you see, my Jedi powers are far beyond yours.
Yeah. Check it. Hey, yo. Pick up the brush like Picasso, 93 Nas flow, 200 on the 101 watches the Nas go. Straight from the underground, that lost flow. Now we get Louis V. Back in the day as a kid it was Costco. I stay breaded like Roscoe's. Rap Messiah, me and my apostles. I'm 33 but 5 rap years a fucking fossil. Still kicking, still pushing, still grinding, still going. Already knowing that I don't know.